Hey guys, we're gonna start here in a couple of minutes, but I thought I'd start the live broadcast early just to make sure it works. And it works! But we're just gonna chill here. I'm in the trike. I'm on the main street here in Okinawa. You're gonna hear some traffic. Hopefully you're gonna see some people interested in what I am doing, because I'm like sitting on one of the major street corners in Okinawa, right next to the Starbucks. I was, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? I was gonna do this in Starbucks, and I had it all set up. The whole thing was rigged up really nice, but unfortunately, they had music playing, like Christmas music, and I know for sure that that Christmas music was going to disrupt my live stream and would probably pull me off of YouTube, so I decided against it. I do want to show you something before I get started. Still got a couple of minutes, but it's kind of funny. This is, I couldn't find the little doodad that hooks my phone to the top of my tripod, so instead I hooked my camera to the tripod, and then you see what that is? That's tape. I literally taped my camera taped my phone to the camera. So I have my tripod here, you see it, and it's taped totally to my phone. So that's how we're doing a live stream today. Ingenuity, my friend, ingenuity. So I don't have my electric tape. I literally did not bring anything. This is the tape from the Starbucks. Okay, so before I get started, it is 8:59. Before I get started, any of you watching from the beginning here, I cannot see these chats after I publish this video to YouTube. So any questions that you ask me on this chat stream, the live chat stream, I will answer and include your name and your question. So so that's the way that that's gonna go. So if you do type your question in here, know that it's gonna disappear unless somebody here, which I hope does, copies it and pastes it into the chat later. But if this chat goes as long as I think it will, like 2 hours maybe, probably you're going to have a tough time scrolling through all of the comments if I include them in a Word document. So I'm going to do this pretty calculated, and we'll just go from there. So, how's the sound, guys? How's the sound? Thanks, Steve. Morning, everybody. Morning or evening. I decided on this time because people are going to work here in Japan. They're waking up to get ready for work in China. So it's like 8 o'clock in the morning in China on Monday, and it's 7 p.m. in America, 4 p.m. in the Pacific coast. So sorry Europe, sorry UK, sorry Africa, you're a little bit in the odd man out there. So 1 a.m. in Spain, see? So sorry guys, I was trying to find the time that worked for everybody. Okay, before I look at all the questions, we're gonna start this live stream. Hey everybody, welcome to the JaYoe Nation Japan Q&A. We are on a street corner in Okinawa, one of the busier tourist street corners in Okinawa. We're probably gonna get a bunch of people walking by looking at the setup. I'm sitting in the trike on the street corner. Hi. And so, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Now, I have my phone here. You know what? For those of you that just started, because I know that the word went out just now, so I'll probably get 109 people. Fantastic. just to show you how I'm doing this live stream. I don't have the little connector on the top of my tripod that normally connects my phone to the top of my tripod, and I really wanted to use a tripod, so I went into Starbucks and I had him give me some tape. I hooked my camera to the top of the tripod, and then I taped the phone to the camera. So this is about as janky as you can get it. So we'll make it work. Otherwise I have to hold it the whole time, and that was gonna get a little boring. So anyways, welcome. And I've made a bunch of notes last night. I was up until about 2 o'clock in the morning doing notes, and I have my laptop with me just in case I need to reference some stuff, and I'm ready to go. The trip in Japan has been amazing, and we'll answer some general questions right off the bat based on the basics of what I've done here in Japan. Now, I cycled from Wakkanai, which is the very top of Hokkaido. The extreme top, actually Cape Soya is the extreme top. And I cycled all the way down to the southern tip of Kagoshima, and then I took a ferry to here, which is Okinawa, which is very, very far south. Okinawa prefecture is the southernmost prefecture in Japan, so I have covered Japan fairly well. If you guys are interested in seeing the exact point-by-point path and what videos I shot at what location along my route in Japan, I have made a really interesting map. I actually designed this map to follow me as I go all the way around the world, and I've designed it so that you can click on points, you can see the video I made at that point and a brief description. It's very cool. I worked with a designer with Google Maps to actually get this done. It was a lot of work, but I'm very proud of it. It's very easy to take a look at. You just go to www.JaYoe.com/Japan. And then you'll get a specific page just for Japan. And so take a look at that while I go through this whole thing. It's got every video I've shot in Japan. It's got the map, only Japan, where I've gone in Japan. And it's basically completely up to date, except for a few videos I've got on the backlog. But it's pretty much good. And it'll update as I ride around the world. So take a look and check it out. Some basic things about my trip in Japan before we get started with the Q&A, okay? Stats. So far, not including this video, which is number 100 by the way, I have shot 99 published videos only with the subject matter of Japan. I have my description for my trip in Japanese on the back of the trike, so you'll see a bunch of people looking at the back of the trike. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
And so as we go through this, we'll be looking at people looking at me, and that will be fun. Anyways, so I have produced 99 videos in Japan. 99 videos of Japan, of amazing interactions, of places I've gone, people I've met, things I've done. It has been amazing. I have 4 more videos, not including this one, that I plan to upload about Okinawa. Tomorrow I'm gonna go snorkeling. I already have that booked. Tomorrow also I'm leaving Japan, so that's why this video is choice. But you'll see after this video 4 more about Okinawa and up until this point to where I leave. So look forward to those videos. They should be pretty cool. I have ridden. I took my Garmin data and I compiled it all, and I tried to pull some interesting facts. I rode 4,500 kilometers total. I traveled 2,800 miles. It's pretty cool. I have rose at an elevation. If you just took every time I went up, not including the times I went down, just every time I went up, Garmin was able to calculate that out. I went 31,538 meters in elevation. That is 3.5 Mount Everests. So I rode to the top of Mount Everest, took the elevator to the bottom, and rode to the top 3.5 times. That is pretty cool. For you guys non-metric, that's 19.5 miles. So that's got to be different. Somebody calculate that. 31,538 meters. Let me go to my converter. Convert. Let's go distance. Distance. Length. Where's length? There it is. And then what did I say? 31,000? 31,000 kilometers. 31,500 kilometers is... Oh yeah, 19,500 miles. Whoa, is that true? No, that can't be true. Maybe, could that be true? That's not true. No, elevation, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at elevation. I already told you, that's 2,800 miles. I'm getting my data mixed up. Okay, so that's cool. I've gone 3.5 Mount Everests. My maximum speed on the whole ride was 67.2 kilometers an hour, or 38 miles per hour. You know, I have my laptop here at the side, so if you see anybody steal my laptop, let me know. Actually, I'm going to put it in my lap. So I've got the laptop in my lap. That's what it's for, right? So I've gotten 67.2 kilometers per hour. That's 38 miles per hour. This is an interesting fact. Stroke. Every time that I turn the pedals around one time, it's one stroke. Can anybody guess how many strokes that I rode in Japan alone? 949,349. That's how many strokes I did. Can you believe that? Almost 1 million strokes. My vertical speed up those hills was probably averaging around 5 kilometers an hour, if you guys wanted to know that. All right, now let's think about the time that I've been in Japan. I have been in Japan for 125 days. That's about 4 months. And the time that that does not include the time that I haven't been in Japan when I went back to America or back to China. That was 62 days. So I spent 62 days off tour in China or visiting family in America. So I took 8 ferry routes. I took 8 ferry routes. That was to Busan to Osaka from Busan. I took a ferry from Maizuru to Otoru. I went from Wakkanai to Rishiri. I went from Rishiri back to Wakkanai. And then I took a ferry from Hokkaido to Honshu, and I took a ferry from Hiroshima to Shikoku back. Oh geez, I took more than 8 ferry routes. I took a bunch of ferries, maybe 10 ferries. And I burned 206,000 calories, according to my Garmin. But I think I actually burned more than that. You guys want to see the other side? And let's flip the camera around. That's the view from the other side. We've got Starbucks up in the corner and a bunch of palm trees. You'll see the camera sort of wiggle because it's extended on the tripod. Let me answer some questions based on that information. Yeah, but that wasn't kilometers, Winged Bull. That would be amazing if I did 18,000 miles in Japan. That was vertical meters, 31,500. Let's see, how much time have you spent? I answered that. How many seconds is that? I don't know. 30 million. Somebody calculate average vertical speed. Where's my trike from? Germany. Yeah. I only made it a quarter of the way up. No. On Everest, I made it just about 1,000 meters from the summit, or 1,000 meters from the summit. So I was 1/8 of the way. I left. but that was a very difficult 1/8 left. Okay, let's see what else here. I'm looking at comments here, guys, so let's go back, I'm trying to do these comments. If you get too far behind in your comment and I don't answer a question, I will ask you to repost it. Okay, what made you decide to take the risk to go to Fukushima? We'll talk about that later. Slacker? I don't think so. Hello, Tokyo, Quickie. Hi from Tokyo, 306, I live in New York. All right, I'm done looking backwards. I'm sorry, guys, I'm gonna go forwards. How often do I tune up the rig? Give me that question a little later, okay? So if I pass up your question and it's been too long, more than a few minutes, repost the question and I'll try to answer it as we go, okay? So, let's continue with the facts. I've traveled through every major landmass in Japan. I started in Hokkaido, kind of. I started in Honshu, then I went to Hokkaido. Then I came back through Honshu. I visited Shikoku slightly. I cycled through Kyushu, which is that southern island, and Okinawa. I rode through 21 different prefectures. Prefectures are within the main island masses, and I might be wrong on some of this stuff. I educated myself yesterday. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of things here. I'll tell you before we get started, I wrote some notes, some specific things that I wanted to talk about. I also took questions from people who are not here in the live stream, so I'm going to answer a few of those too. Okay, they're kind of interesting questions, and we'll go through those, and then as soon as those are done, then I want you guys to shout me out some questions, okay? So if you have a question, hold out a little bit, okay, until I go through all this info. Disappointments, things that I'm bummed that didn't happen or that I wish would have happened. One, I never got a story in any newspaper or TV while I was here. That, for me, was really disappointing. I had such amazing energy from everybody I met. I felt like I was spreading such good vibes. I had so many interesting things happening that, all right, you know what? That I was not able to get a mass media appeal. And I thought that if I could have gotten hooked up with like the Japan Times or something, and they would have said, this American is riding through our country, making videos along the way. If you see him, give him a thumbs up. This is his story. And then they could have followed me through their country. I thought that would have been amazing. And it would have been great for me. It would have been great for the news. It would have been a reoccurring story. Where's Matt now? Sort of like, where is Carmen Sandiego? But it never worked out, never panned out. Apparently, either it was lost in translation or something. Melons, wait a second. Let me get through a few of these things first. Things I wanted to visit. I really wanted to go see a wasabi farm. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Marky Mark, how long till Australia? He's the one that rides a similar trike to me, and he wants to ride with me. The fact is that I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll be in Australia in about a year. I'm spending 2 months back in China with Annie and Eva to celebrate Christmas until Chinese New Year. After that, I have Taiwan and China, Vietnam, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, where I will get my scuba master certification. That will take a few months, and then I'll be in Australia. So it will be a while. When I get there, I'll let you know. The reason I answered Marky Mark's question first is that he gave me a super chat. If you guys really want your question answered, I will stop what I'm doing. I will answer your question, but you got to give me a super chat. You got to give me some incentives. So I appreciate it. Hi. Hello. Okay, so if you do want me to interrupt the live stream to answer your question and give you a shout out, then I think a super chat is worth it. You just put your question in the super chat and I'll answer that question. Back to those things. I really wanted to visit a wasabi farm. Did you guys know that wasabi is grown in a very unique way? It's sort of like a root. It grows, from what I can tell, in fresh running rivers and only in a few specific parts of Japan. It's actually quite expensive, the raw root, and I thought that would be an amazing adventure to go to a wasabi farm and at least do an inspection, maybe work on the wasabi farm. I actually really wanted to do I wanted to do more hands-on stuff, like work on a wasabi farm for a couple of days, doing some of these things. But you know what? Making videos every day and doing this is so taxing that if I was to try to work on a wasabi farm or work on a farm or work these things, it would have been a little bit difficult. So anyways, that didn't work. Another thing I would have liked to have done is done a sake distillery. Gone into a sake distillery, seen them fermenting the rice or whatever they do to do that. I was really interested in seeing that. What I wanted to do is expose myself to things that I ordinarily wouldn't have known about otherwise. And a sake distillery, I know that it's very refined and very interesting. Another would have been like a sword maker, a really refined samurai sword kind of maker. I've heard that that's very interesting. That would have been awesome. I didn't see a Japanese baseball game. I really wanted to see it. I was in Sendai, and I actually got a lot done in Sendai. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not complaining about any of this. I'm just saying what I really would have liked to have done. I would have liked to have gone to a baseball game in Sendai. Skiddia, Skida? Sonic or Mario? Boxers or briefs? Coke or Pepsi? Coke or Pepsi is a moot point. Coke, of course. Pepsi is, forget about it. Neither. Actually, when I'm on the road, briefs, because it's actually like Nike briefs. I have to wear them or else I have horrible chafing issues. It's something that you really don't want me to get into, but it's a horrible thing. And I'm glad that I have found the joy of wearing briefs. Besides that, walking about town, I'm au naturel. Sonic or Mario? Well, my grandpa gave me my first Sega Genesis video. I had Sega Genesis before anything, and so Sonic the Hedgehog was the thing, and that was what drove me crazy. I remember, if you watch an episode, you know what, I'll call back to episodes. If you want to see an interesting episode, I'm not sure where it is. I was cycling through Honshu after I had left Fukushima, and I did an episode. And if you guys know the episodes, maybe Steve, you can do some research while we talk. You can plug that link in where I talked about the pornography in the back of the abandoned Sega store, and I also talked about my obsession for a Sega Genesis when I was younger. That was kind of cool. Anyways, yeah, Sega. Okay, so he gave me a super chat. He gets a call out. Let us continue. I didn't see a Japanese baseball game. I didn't get to play a Japanese instrument. There's a few things that I would have liked to have accomplished in every country, and one of them is learning a little bit about the music there and an instrument to play there. And I would have really liked to have done a musical instrument. There are some cool ones. I met a guy in the Mount Fuji area that was playing like a 4-string. It looked like an erhu without the bow, and it was very cool. It had an interesting sound, and I would have really liked to have checked that out, but it wouldn't have worked. I mean, I don't think I would have had the time to learn it. Hey, Spencer, nice to see you. Yeah, shamisen. Leopold says that the instrument I'm talking about is a shamisen. Shamisen? Shamisen? Anyways, it would have been interesting to play that. Finally, let's finish off with the Japan disappointments. There really aren't very many, but the last one is the fact that I could not find my shoes. And a lot of you guys suggested that I could have gone to like a oversized shoe place or a work shoe place, or I could have found the shoes, but I really wanted a Merrell style of shoe. I want a high-end Gore-Tex lightweight hiking traveling shoe, and I really wanted to focus on finding that specific shoe. And I found a few places that had my size, but it was not the shoe I was looking for. And I was fixated, if I'm gonna get new shoes, that's the shoe I'm gonna get. It's not that big of a deal. It's just that these ones are kind of falling apart, and they're so thin in the middle that I was actually getting cold feet. But as I got more south, I mean, like right now, it's morning. At this time of day in the northern part of Japan, just a few months ago, I was freezing my cojones off, at this time, and I was trying to figure out what time I should leave my tent, or if I should wait for the sun to bake the dew away, or the cold away. So yeah. So that's that. Patricia, you know, I need almost, because this trike is the way it is, I don't necessarily need biking shoes. I need roaming shoes with a decent sole that I can use to walk around. So, cojones? Yeah. Geraldo, man, the hammock didn't work out. We did that in Korea. I found out that there wasn't a lot of places for it, and the tent that I get, the Hubba Hubba from MSR, so cool. And I don't camp out so many times. I find that camping is sort of a solitary activity, and unless you're in a big campsite with a ton of people, I like to travel for the opportunity to have interactions with people, and the tent allows me to get into some places with a lot more people. Hammock is great for like stealth camping, but I don't want to stealth camp. I want to see people. And the other thing is the tent allows me to store all my stuff in the little lobby area. What is that called? Like the foyer? You know, the entryway. So I have a lot of gear, and sleeping with all that gear in a hammock would have been Geraldo. Okay. Sorry, man. And I said you were speaking Portuguese, but you're Spanish, and I apologize for all those things. And anyways, continue. Yeah, and hostels are great in Japan. I like hostels. If I gotta travel the hostel way, I will definitely do that. Okay, now we've gone through the basics. We went through the disappointments, which aren't that very many. And this is Serpents Today. Get your t-shirt in Amazon. Diane's the dreamer. You're not Winston. Are you passing on this from Winston? Again, if I don't answer your question right away, it's gonna pile up, and if it's too long, it's gonna miss it. Please repeat it as I pause, and I might have some time to answer, and I'll try. Oh yeah, you're from Uruguay. Geraldo, you're from Uruguay, which is exactly where James Oda is. And James, are you here? Yeah. James, are you here? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull some questions in that I pulled off of my Facebook posts and the notifications that I said that I was gonna give this message. Some people did not get a chance to see this, so I am going to I'm gonna talk here. And I'll give them their questions and their names, and when they watch this later, they'll know that I gave them a shout out. First one, Traveling Tice, who I've been, who's been part of the JaYoe Nation quite some time, asked, are you ever gonna bring back the JaYoe Nation audio podcast? I'd like to. I carried around a really beautiful recorder and some really amazing microphones for the JaYoe podcast. They were heavy. Hello. Hello. Hi. Nice hat. So, he said hi. So, the podcast, I really love the podcast, and they gave me an opportunity to just talk freely for as long as I wanted to. But you know, first of all, those recorders were really, really high-end recorders, and the channel on iTunes wasn't growing as quick as, say, this YouTube, and YouTube has more monetary possibilities. Down the road, if Matt joins me, Matt, you know who I'm talking about. We had an idea for a podcast called Hostel Territory, where you would go to a hostel, you'd interview somebody in the hostel, and you would talk about the hostel and living in a hostel and hostel life. That would be very perfect for that type of a format. So it's possible that I will bring that back later. We got a lot of time to bring those things back. What do you think about cycling through Europe? I don't know. I'm really excited about it. Seems like the roads, at least the roads in Germany and Czech and some places that I've been, I haven't been all over France, but Europe's huge. I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that I can find cheap stays and cheap food, but I'm a little worried about the costs there. I'm hoping by the time I get to Europe that the channel will have grown to the point to where I'm making a little bit more money and it can sustain my tour in Europe. because as it stands now, I'm not making enough. Watcher of Things, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Again, questions right now. We'll wait a little bit. I'm gonna go through these questions. I'll try and go through them a little quicker, okay? So if you asked your question a while ago, I'll answer it, but I'll answer it muted. So next, Tim Kwok asked, are you coming to New Zealand? Of course. After Australia, I'm gonna circle around and find a way to link whether that's a ferry or some sort of cruise to New Zealand and cycle from the south to the north, north to the south. It really doesn't matter. I am excited about traveling through New Zealand. Emily McCune, what's the plan after Christmas vacation with your family? For Christmas, we're gonna go to Yunnan, which is a province in China. It's beautiful. It's gonna be an amazing vlog. You're gonna get to see Eva and Annie again. We're gonna be traveling around, after which, that's not gonna be too long. We're gonna come back to Ningbo. There's gonna be about a month and a half worth of vlogs in Ningbo, where it'll be Eva and cuteness and all sorts of amazing stuff. And so get excited for that. After Chinese New Year, which will be amazing dinners. If you know Annie's family, they enjoy their huge dinners and amazing food and Chinese living for a little while. After Chinese New Year, I'll return to Taiwan, where I will circle Taiwan. And that answered her second question. I will be cycling around Taiwan after the mid-February. Hello. So, next question, Patty S. Do you consider doing a live stream Q&A while cycling? Not like distracted driving with a cell phone. I'm concerned for you. Don't worry. I'm okay. Have a beer on me, Lee Davis. €2. I appreciate it. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Say hi.
What's your name?
Yoda.
Yoda. Say hello. I've got 160 friends here to say hello.
Hi. Say hi. We're from Taiwan.
Oh, hello. I'll be going to Taiwan soon.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, I cycled from
This?
yeah, around Taiwan.
Wow. Say hi.
Oh,
Have fun.
thank you. Okay, so next question. Oh yeah, no worries, I'm not riding. Okay, I might ride a little later. It depends on how I feel, on how long this live stream goes. Next, Patrick Thompson, which you're here, but I'll answer your question a little later. Actually, he asked what my most memorable meeting was, besides James and John. His vote is the honeybee guy. Link to that honeybee guy episode. That was really amazing. I was cycling from Amore to Hachinoshi. Isn't it amazing? I know these words now. And I was headed up a mountain. I met this guy, and he took me into off the road. He was really excited. Hello.
Hello. Oh, very good talk.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah. Say hello.
Oh. Okay. Good talk.
Yeah. Here, you can read.
Hi.
So the honeybee guy was amazing. We learned kendo in his backyard. He gave me a vial of honey that made from his hives in the back. It was really quite amazing. It was beautiful. But I don't know. I can't answer that question honestly, Patrick. It would not be fair. There was so many amazing meetings, even small little meetings. Guys on the side of the road that gave me food. The guy that met me and gave me food when I really needed it in the tsunami area, in northern Honshu. It was really quite amazing. I could not choose one. Oh, thank you. Wakanai?
日本、ここ沖縄だけど、
Yeah.
日光
Nico? Yeah. No. Do not go. No time.
Oh.
No time.
沖縄まで横断中。
All right. Who's next? Marky Mark asked about Australia again. Avi Symbiont, AVVYSYMBIONT. Do you ever just turn your tech off and just ride? He asked. You know, these videos are 10 minutes out of a 24-hour day and out of normally an 8-hour ride. So there's many times, most of the time, I am just enjoying the ride, and it's only when I see a moment where there's an amazing thing happening that I want to share it with you guys. Hello.
Hello.
YouTube.
Hello.
Yeah,
YouTube. That's all.
Yeah, YouTube. Hi.
Good idea ね。
There's gonna be a lot of love shown during this live broadcast. Huh?
From where? Your country.
America.
アメリカ
America.
から来たってここ書いてある。
Yeah, you can read. You can read. YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Okay.
10年で。
So of course I turn off my camera and I just ride.
おい頑張れ頑張れ。
Bye bye.
JaYoe.
JaYoe. Oh, hold on. Say JaYoe. JaYoe. Hey. On that instruction there, I had a lady in Anagawa write that description, and it teaches the people how to say JaYoe. So even though they don't understand what JaYoe means, it says that JaYoe's basic meaning, and it teaches them how to pronunciate it. It's very cool. Anyways, yeah, I do. I turn off the tech and ride. But you know what? I am always situationally aware to make sure to take in moments to show you guys. I'll tell you what, you would think that being plugged in all the time takes my attention away from the world. Like some people say, you're so distracted when you ride because you're trying to make these videos. It takes away from the travels. But I'll tell you what, it actually enhances the travel. It makes traveling more interesting because I'm constantly looking at things I ordinarily wouldn't look at because I'm trying to make things and stories for you. So it's really an enhancement. So keeping the tech on sometimes or keeping the tech ready is an important thing. Annie's actually sending me videos. Sorry, Annie, if you're watching this, I can't answer or look at those chats. I can't see your messages because I'm focused on this. Mage Thief, this first of two mages that actually is messaging me. Question: when you're riding on the bike and also filming on the drone, does it have the tracking feature that follows you? No. When I fly that drone, I am manually flying it the whole time. They have tracking features on that drone which can see you and follow you, but if you're too high and you're not a defined object, it can't track you. If you go under a tree, sometimes it can't track you. Sometimes you got to come too close. What I like to do is I'm very dynamic. That drone is flying around me. It's going out. It's recording a bridge. Then I turn it around so that when I cross that bridge, it can see me. I'm following. Then I'm static. Then I'm following. Then I'm static. Then I'm crossing over. Then I'm always moving. And I can't use those pre-built DJI features. Instead, I manually do the whole thing. And I do it while I ride. Actually, the controller, this is my drone phone, and it has a controller on top. And this controller here operates the rising and falling and in turning left, turning right. And then this one goes forward and backward and side to side. So what I end up doing is I get it to a height and I turn it towards me in a way that I feel is proper. And then I ride, and then as I'm riding, I operate the drone. It sounds dangerous, but it actually works quite well, and I've logged so many hours on that drone that it's like second nature. Next, Mage Thief, okay. Richard Cornior asks, what do you love about Japan that you would like to see implemented in China? China and Japan, a lot of interesting similarities, but I could say I'll do two things to give fair play to China and Japan. So it would be nice to see a little bit more manners in China. People here follow certain rules, and they're not as free with, like, bathrooms here are amazingly clean. They keep them so clean, and they're attentive to the environment a little bit more than the people in China. I would like to see Chinese adopt some more of that sort of culture. Smelly bathrooms in China are horribly smelly, and it's horrible. Guy on his bike. Hello. Anyways, so that would be nice to see China adopt. It would be nice for China to share a little bit of their hands-on nature. I like, and most people don't, but I like that a Chinese person will throw his arms around you and try to take a picture with you. And most people don't like that. So I would like there would be a balance, because some Chinese are a little bit too shy. It would be nice to see them come out and be a little bit more open. The Kreis gave me two bucks from Canada, and he said it would be nice if you went more in Canada. I'll tell you what, I am planning to go from Maine up into Canada and then go around and then down into Michigan, which is my home state. So maybe I'll do more in Canada. Canada is such a long ways away that a lot of those paths there will change by the time I get there. He gave me a super chat, which means I answered his question first. Whether I interrupted the live stream or not, if you want a question answered and you don't want me to dilly-dally, then give me a super chat and I will answer your question. Okay, next person. Matthew Hoover. Are you tired of sushi? Never. That was an easy question. No way. Ronnie Saris. You have 3 questions. I'll rifle through them quickly. I'm getting a very bad connection, which is strange because I shouldn't have a very bad connection. It should be great. If I lose you, you let me know, okay? It should be okay though. We'll chew through my data here pretty quick. How do you think the JaYoe trip has affected me as a person? I'm much wiser. The more experiences that you have, the more living that you do, the constant horn honking would be great to have across. The more experiences that you have, the more balanced you are as a person. Top 3 highlights, I'll have to get into that lastly later. The JaYoe tour and any world tour in anyone's language is a massive undertaking. Do you know if and so you'll be able to share what other big projects might be on the radar post-tour? I don't know. I don't think ahead past the tour. I'm not even going that far ahead, so that's an easy question because I can't answer it. Jasmine Puerta, if you weren't recording, what would your gear list be like now that you've been in 3 countries? If I wasn't recording, I would probably still have a laptop. It would be probably a MacBook Air, but I wouldn't have cameras. I would still have a camera. It'd probably be the same, but no drone and no hard drives. James, I'll do yours later. Reese Powell, how many near misses have you had in Japan? Almost none. No near misses. And I've traveled so far. Very rarely do I even get a horn honked at me, and everybody is very, very polite. Natas Moon giving me 10 bucks. Thank you so much. Love the flag. Are you able to purchase the flags? Yeah. Not this flag. This flag was handmade, but the one above it, which is the one you can get at T-Cycle, and I don't know, I'll share that link later. Somebody here, Steve, you know that link. Could you please share that link so that Natas Moon can check that out? And thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. We'll finish off the questions, pre-asked questions with James Oda, and I'll do it quickly, James, because although I know you want me to get into it, I want to actually open this up to you guys here live to answer your questions. James asked, what are your 3 TIJ places in Japan? Now, TIJ is something that we kind of joked about. It stands for This is Japan. TIJ, This is Japan. It's places that you couldn't... This is Japan. There are things and places that you couldn't experience anywhere else. When you're in this zone or meeting this type of person or going to this type of place, this is Japan. It's very iconic Japan. Kyoto? You go to Kyoto and you know that you're in Japan. Nowhere else can you see the things that you can kind of see though in other Asian cultures, but the way that Kyoto has represented itself, when you're in Kyoto, you know that you're in Japan. Shibuya, that intersection there is iconically Japan. Hello.
Hello.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah. Say JaYoe. JaYoe. Hey. Good.
Yep.
Okay, so can't post a link. Oh yeah, just go to T-Cycle and you should see those JaYoe flags there. Okay, Shibuya, or the intersection there, the biggest intersection in the world. When I see that intersection, TIJ, this is Japan. You see busy intersections in other places, New York City, but the Shibuya, the lights, the energy, the people, Any time of day, 24 hours, this is Japan. Cycling around Mount Fuji, you can see volcanoes, you can see these types of places, but the way that Mount Fuji is when you're there, the energy from the people, the vibe that you get, the fact that it's so low in this area and it's got this beautiful peak. That is my third favorite TIJ place. The top TIJ culture shocks, I would say clean bathrooms, roadside generosity, not like anywhere in the world, and giving me space on the road. That goes along with roadside generosity. And the fact that shoe changing culture in Japan is crazy. You change your shoes when you go to the bathroom. Then you have to you gotta wear shoes in a house, but you wear house shoes in the lobby. Then you take off shoes to go into shoes in the bedroom shoes. And then you change from your bedroom shoes back to the lobby shoes to walk to the bathroom, where you change out of your lobby shoes into the bathroom shoes to go to the bathroom. Then if you want to go from the bathroom outside, you go from the bathroom shoes, take those off, put on the lobby shoes, walk to the exit, change out of lobby shoes into your outside shoes, put on those, and then leave. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thanks, thanks. But it's going to be a long broadcast, so you might not be hanging around this long. At the end of this live broadcast, I'll ask somebody to highlight the whole thing, and then we'll save this whole live chat for later so that you guys can reference it. Woo! All right, guys, that is it. I've just answered every TIJ or every question from before. Beyond that, just to kind of show you, I have actually written notes. All of the people, well, some of the notable big moments of people I've met, and specific moments that I'd like to touch on during this live broadcast. There's a bunch of them, but before I get into that, I'm guessing that I'll cover a bunch of those as I answer questions here on the live broadcast. So, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee, and we'll get into phase three, which will be the live questions. So, first thing I'm gonna do is tell you guys that if you want your question answered immediately, you can do a super chat. I'll answer it right away, no matter what you give me. I appreciate whatever. That'll put you to the top of the question list. I'm gonna cycle through the questions, right? Stop, don't, oh, somebody posted the link to the flags. Thank you so much. Before anybody asks any questions, please hold your questions. Questions, hold, okay? I'm gonna go through the past and we'll look at any questions that I think will jump out. We'll check those out. I will do another shout out to a website if you're interested in all of the videos that I shot in Japan. I've done 99 of them. You can check them out on www.jayoe.com/Japan. Enter. And then you will see all those videos. I'll share that a couple of times throughout this broadcast. So no questions, unless it's a comment like, hey, let me answer some questions. Road rage in Japan doesn't exist. Ronnie, I can't see the video audio feed. I am sorry for that, buddy. I appreciate the super chat, though. I don't know why you can't see it. say JaYoe.
JaYoe.
Hey.
Korea.
What is fighting? Fighting.
Bye.
Okay, it's very cool that I know JaYoe and a bunch of different things. Anyways, have you no road rage? I'm going back. How many flat tires? 5, maybe? Since Korea, I guess. Trike mode, travel. All right, are you going to the Netherlands? I think so, for sure. Must go to make my daughter sleep. Geraldo, okay, buddy, I'll talk to you later. How can I teach my redneck friendships to take their shoes off inside the front door? I don't know, man. I don't know. I always forget it too. I've caught myself. Which has better food? I can't answer that, Nash. I like good food. I find good food everywhere. There's no better. There's no top of the list. Are you gonna shift the focus of the vlog to family? Yep. You'll see more Eva and family stuff later. I'm sorry if you guys are only trikers. I'll drop you guys off. You'll come back later, hopefully. Hi, I'm from Finland in 2021, starting a world tour by trike, Triple J. But I know filming is difficult when bush camping. How are you gonna keep batteries full? I have a solar panel. I think I'll use that when it gets a little bit more rustic and I can sit and charge for a day, but charging, it's a pain in the ass. And I have a dynamo on the wheel, I'll have to use that a little bit more. Thanks, James, those were good TIJs, right? How fit do you need to climb Mount Fuji? Generally, you need to be pretty fit. You need to be able to maybe walk 10 or 15 kilometers, maybe 20 kilometers. If you can walk 20 kilometers on the street, you should be able to do that. Geraldo, wish I could be riding with you. Same here, maybe someday. Shibuya for Halloween, I missed it. I really should have gone out. Lance, I didn't see that super chat, man. Thanks so much. Gotta run. Thanks. My girlfriend did the 450-mile Erie Canal Trail. Thanks for showing the possibilities. I will continue to show those possibilities, and I appreciate that super chat. At work, can't do the run. Oh, you're at work running. I see. He can't see the super. You can cheat. You can do a little bit on the side. Hope to see you doing your vlogger one-on-one daily videos, but the one-on-one seemed really polished. I want to do more. If you guys know vloggers around the world personally or anything, you can give me some suggestions. I will meet people, but I need introductions. I need introductions because most people don't know who I am, and vloggers tend to be a little bit shy with meeting other vloggers, so I need people to help me with that. Oh, going back, I need merch. You talking to the choir, buddy. It's easy for a data plan in Japan. Patrick asked, is it easy for a data plan? Well, this plan I got right now is a Thailand plan. I have a Thailand SIM card called Sim2Fly by a company called AIS. Look it up, it's pretty awesome. John is using one now. He bought one in Hong Kong. They are fantastic and they're valid in almost every country, so I don't have to switch cards ever. South America, 8 years maybe, 9 years away. Spencer asked, how are the Travel Channel talks? It's not Travel Channel, but nice try. But the talks are going okay. Hi. When will I be back on the road after the holiday? Mid-February. Horn honking is annoying. What horn honking? I don't hear horn honking here. When will you come to Indianapolis 10 years later? Sad you're skipping. Ken already asked that. I'll tell you what, I'm very soon not answering any more questions here. With even today's, how hard has it been traveling away from Eva and Annie? I love them. I see them on my videos. I wish I could see them more. But I've agreed to do this trip a long time ago. And so when you commit to something and you... Hey, AB, I didn't see your message there. If you're still here, I'm sorry I can't answer your WeChat messages. I'll check them at the end of this. Did someone give you a hard time in Japan flying the drone? Nobody. Nobody gave me a hard time flying the drone. Even in areas where you're not supposed to fly the drone, as long as you have a big smile on your face and you're not inconveniencing people, and you know what, if you engage people and bring them in and show them what you're flying around, a lot of people are excited about it. So that's very cool. We rode Japan, blah, 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 old Yakuza, da, 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 going back. Oh, so many comments. Okay, I'm going backwards. Isn't it going back? I am going to finish asking. If your question hasn't been answered and you asked it a while ago, Steve, you're the last question. What about the guy who taught you kendo? The guy who taught me kendo was quite awesome. Patrick, do you need a helmet for biking in Europe? I think so. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna cancel all those. We're gonna go all the way back to now. So we're back to the beginning. So let's look at any of the super chats. Those are the only questions that I'm gonna answer. A one-on-one with Annie. Annie's not a vlogger. And Annie and I have done a lot of one-on-ones. Are you catching up with Prozzy? Possibly. I talked to him. He knows I'm going there. It would be nice to do a vlogger one-on-one with Prozzy. That's right. Will you come to Iceland? Of course. I'll tell you what, if you want to check it out, go to www.jayoe JaYoe.com/map. JaYoe.com/map, and then check out the map. You'll see where I'll be coming to Iceland. What are you expecting from places in Europe? I have no idea. I'm open-minded. Who wears the best coffee in Japan? I know you're gonna give me shit for that, but I like quantity. I'm an American, and the only way I can get a huge venti coffee is with that. Did you go back to the? Oh, Maria O'Brien asked, did I go back to the TV station? And I don't think I really covered that. Yes, I did. Nothing happened. They weren't interested in doing anything. They gave me some tips. They told me to go to the volcano, which is why I went to the volcano, was because the guy at the TV station recommended it. And wasn't that volcano episode, which was the last one, good? I love that. Yeah, the dynamo's just not enough. Triple J, I wish it was. What do I want for dinner? Annie asked that question. It's a very important question. Oh, so much. Niangao. I want some really heavy, thick Niangao chunks with some pork and beef, and I want chicken soup, and I want fried pumpkin, and I want some spicy koshueji. So much. Jason, giving me 1,000 yen? Thank you for that morning coffee. That was amazing, buddy. Thank you. How many beautiful women have I seen? Annie, don't listen. A lot. You know, I find Asian women beautiful. I find people, you know what? There's beautiful people all over the world, and beautiful places, beautiful people, and I enjoy looking at them all. And that's not hiding anything. That's not being mean. That's just the truth. There's beautiful, amazingly beautiful people everywhere. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of beautiful personalities out there as well, and that's amazing. Have you, Marky Mark, giving me another super chat? Have you ever had any issues with the trike? No suspension issues, but if you remember, there's a few episodes where my tires were actually towing out, and that was a real mess. I wore through 2 sets of tires because of that, and so I had to get that. I've had superficial issues. My rear wheel fender is vibrating because all the plastic is broken, and so I have it taped up to make it a little bit quieter. And so when I get to Taiwan, hey, anybody in Taiwan, I would love to meet, because Taiwan is a maker of parts for bicycles and trikes. This frame for the HP Velotechnic Scorpion is actually made in Taiwan. I would love to meet and make Taiwan cycle-centric, where I'll be bouncing, not only seeing vloggers, but also seeing people that are in the bicycle industry. I'd be really interested in that. Other than tubes and those things, I haven't had any problems, but no suspension problems at all. As a matter of fact, maybe my suspension needs to be checked out. Hope I reach 1 million subs. If I had 1 million subs, I figured this out. If I had 250,000 subs, I could completely be reliant on YouTube as my revenue generator for these videos. And I'm not there yet, but it would be nice to get there. Don't think anybody's asked this. How has my day been? Pretty good, considering I was working until 2 in the morning compiling and looking through my old videos. I feel good. I like talking to you guys. And all these people around me, I got a lot of energy. It's good, it's good. Watcher of Things, $5. Thanks so much. Stuck in a deserted island with Tokyo Sam or John from Only in Japan. All you have is an island is booze? Who do you choose? If there's booze, I think Tokyo Sam would be a very funny guy to hang out on an island with. And that's not drawing back from John. John and I share a lot of experiences. We could keep each other company. But I think that we would be rolling on that beach in laughter if it was me and Sam. So, but I love you, John. You're awesome, and I appreciate the time that we spent. Maybe if I was in like a big city with a lot of cultural things, or that type of a place, John would be a little bit more of the guy I would find as a good compatriot. Andy, no worries, man. You can ask your question, and I will answer. No need for a super chat. You don't have to give super chats. And he's lurking. Oh, the super chat donation doesn't appear on iPhone. That's no problem. What is the weirdest? Oh, if you guys don't want to do the super chat, you want to donate, I got a Patreon page. It's Patreon.patreon, right? / JaYoe. Hello. Hello. And so if you guys want to donate, that is the primary place that I would like you to be, because that's where you can actually donate as a subscription. You can give me $1 a month if you want. You could give me more if you want. And it's open. You don't have to give. You don't have to give. But if you want to support the tour and you enjoy my videos and you know that I put in a lot of work on these things on a regular basis, then that would be awesome. What's the weirdest thing you came across during your time in Japan? Let me think about that, James. Lots of weird things. Traffic things when people give me space. Amazing interactions I have with drivers on the side of the road. I'm always surprised at those things. Maybe the disco ball singing at the bike hostel in Wakkanai is amazing. And that was quite a defining weird moment. Singing a song with like 15 different travelers in this basement of this woman's bike rider house in Wakkanai with the disco ball, and it was very strange and exciting. Anybody know that video? Just look up Wakkanai JaYoe in YouTube and you can see that and come that video and see that video. You can see it. The picture on the front of the thumbnail is me singing, and you stroll to the end of that video and see it. En route, no, I met with one guy at the NHK studios, but he wasn't interested. He just had no idea of the potential of sharing the tour on TV. He was just like, oh, okay, you can go to this place if you want to take a look if you want to take a look at something interesting in Kagoshima, you can go here. Did you lose a spare tire you picked up in America? Still there. Still there, but it's slowly melting away. I'm actually quite happy with how my health is right now. I feel pretty good when I look in the mirror. I'm not buff, but I'm healthy. How do you prepare for an adventure you've done in Japan? Don't prepare, just go. That's my recommendation. If you prepare too much, you'll take too much time. I play it pretty much day to day. Norio Ikawa, 1,000 yen. Thanks, buddy. I'll tell you what. Ask a question. I'll answer a question. Anything you want to know, I'll answer. What are your expectations from Europe? Like I said, I don't really know. There's a lot of Europe I haven't explored. I hope for nice people, good roads, and cheap food, which I've heard is hard to come by there. Nude beach? That might be a good one. I'll do a nude beach. I will totally do a nude beach. I've got really no qualms with being open, naked, and as long as there's an interesting story around it, it'd be funny. And of course, there's good pixelation. Where's my trailer? I tore my meniscus partly because I had too much weight, and that trailer was very heavy. I will bring that trailer back in the future. It's stored in China, but for the time being, I'm just enjoying going a little lighter. Don't you think your tour is going Don't you think the tour is going absolutely insane when you get to countries like Vietnam, India, and Pakistan? It's going to get strange. And you know what? When I get to those places, I'm going to have to change my habit for how I protect myself, protect my gear, but besides that, I think it should be okay. I'm just going to have to watch traffic, and I'm going to have to be a little bit more wary of people, because I think that thievery will be something that will be a little bit of trouble. Should go to the Golden Gallon Shinjuku. Maybe. What's a Golden Gallon? What are some things you really want to see in Europe? Again, I'm gonna go through these quick, okay? Costa Coffee. I don't know. I like Starbucks. Will you interview Joseph Kony when in Africa? I don't know. Who's Joe Kony? Isn't he the mass killer? Kony? I don't know. That name, when it rings a bell, I think of a Vice documentary that was pretty nasty. Oh man, 15. Did I just 1,500 NT? What is NT? How much is that? How much is that? What did you just give me? Easy Lynn, what did you just give me? How much did you give me? I look at that, I see $1,500. So, if that's the case, what do I need to send you? Anyways, thank you. Lady on her bike. Hello. Okay, we're getting... I'm doing a live broadcast on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to see.
Yeah, say JaYoe.
JaYoe.
All right.
What means?
It means Gambade.
Oh, Gambade. JaYoe.
JaYoe.
Where
It's
from?
America. Here,
Yeah.
here. You can read this. Is my story. All right. I lost the live stream here. So many comments. Let's go back to the. Oh my gosh! I don't even know where I left off. There's so many comments. I don't know where I left. Oh, there's the. Oh, so much here. Oh, big breath. Big breath here. Okay. You know what? I'm very sorry. $50. Thanks you so much. I'm gonna have to go through here. How much does the trip cost me? A lot. Does yellow dog taste better than black? Oh, that's kind of racist.
I just black.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, man. What's your name?
Gumi.
Takumi.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Are you school?
Yeah, I'm in school.
Okay. How old are you?
Like I'm
17.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I traveled from Wakkanai to Okinawa.
Oh, that's
Yeah. You can
Okay.
go. I have many videos.
so... Okay, good luck.
Okay. Thanks, boss.
Thanks.
Take it easy. Okay. Oh, geez, I lost all the comments again. If I don't keep this scrolling thing, I tell you what, other than super chats, which I don't see any other super chats since that amazing one. Hello. I don't know, man. There's so many comments here. I'm gonna try and go all the way back to the beginning. So if I haven't asked your question, I'm gonna cycle all the way back to other than super chats, which okay, here's one. CA10 from Canada, thank you. Lord Cryon, love your streams in Japan. Was there for Tokyo Game Show and loved it. Shanghai is in February. Any advice for Shanghai? Shanghai is great. There's enough people there speaking English. You should be able to find your way around. Make sure that you download a VPN before you get there so that you can access YouTube and Facebook before you get there. Download a good translator on your phone and go there with an open mind, and don't hang out at only foreigner places. That's the big mistake for most people that travel, and it's not really traveling if you don't travel with an open mind. Do you have to get therapy from my injuries? Yeah, I went through therapy for my shoulder. I don't know, can you see the scar? There's still 9 screws and metal plates in there from a wonderful hospital in Ningbo that I got it from, and so far so good. I got good movement. I can do push-ups, pull-ups, and so far my body's pretty good. But I don't have much of a therapy regimen. Everybody's saying hi to Annie, travelers. Annie, you got a lot of fans here. What's the weather like in Okinawa? Yesterday it was 71 and sunny. Today is a little bit windy. Hopefully that dies down tomorrow because I'm going snorkeling tomorrow, so look forward to that vlog coming up. Most memorable places in Japan, I already did that. Okay, let's hold that, okay? Ask that question a little later. Can you keep questions limited to Japan? Too many broad questions or ones you've answered before. Nash, I'll tell you what. We'll do that. We're gonna narrow this to only questions about Japan. What do you think about Sunday being a Q&A day? Every Sunday I'll do a Q&A around this time, no matter where I am, and I'll have a topic about it. So we can do cycling Q&A, only about cycling. We can do people Q&A, only about interactions with people around the world. We can do travel Q&A, a general. We can do a packing Q&A. We can do video editing Q&A. What do you think about that? Every Sunday, I pick a topic, I let you know a couple of days before, and then we do that. No matter where I am ahead of schedule with videos, look forward to a Q&A on Sunday. Do you think that's a cool thing? That way, Nash, we can narrow these down. And Hi.
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 Hi. Hi.
Gamba day. So, okay, Nash, we'll keep all these questions. Unless you have a super chat questions, I'll answer anything that you want to know during any super chat, and I'll interrupt the chat for that, but we'll keep every question down to Japan. So all of you questions about coming to sunny Scotland, I won't answer any future questions unless I've run out of all Japan questions, all right? If there's no Japan question to answer, I have a bunch of topics I could talk about, and then I'll interrupt those to answer questions. We are how far into this? 70 minutes, and I'm having a great time. You guys having a good time? I'm feeling pretty good. My knee is very good. Hey, Stinker Dinker Doo. Hello. Bye-bye, JaYoe. Hey, Stinker Dinker Doo. That's for Eva. Eva is watching. Eva's my daughter, and she is a cutie. Quickie asked, where am I snorkeling? I have no idea. I saw a boat with an American that was running a little outfit, and so I saw him in the video you'll see in a couple of days. And so I asked him if he was doing charters, and I said I'd like to join, and so we'll go. I don't know. I told him that I make videos. I'm going to make a video about his thing and show me some interesting stuff. No scuba diving. It'll just be snorkeling, but I hear that there's good snorkeling in Okinawa, so let's see. What else? Favorite food from Japan? That's hard. Oh, I know. My favorite food in Japan was a seafood bowl in Onagawa. It cost me almost 30 bucks. It was expensive, but it was amazing. Go to my Onagawa video. Go to the map on JaYoe.com/Japan and look at the Onagawa seafood bowl. I think it's the cover of the video. It's very, very good seafood bowl. It was amazing. What's my favorite cycling road, period, in Japan? Shimanami Kaido. The highway that connects Honshu Island with Shikoku. Forget about it. That is amazing. Okay, we are almost to the beginning. Hello. Okay, again, questions, tips that you've done a bike trip. Any tips from one that will do a bike trip just like you? Keep an open mind, have fun, and don't plan too far ahead, because if things change, you want to go with the flow. You don't want to have too many. You don't want to have too many obligations to keep you down. Japanese beer is fantastic. We got a bunch of kids coming in. They're gonna be cute. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Okay. Go. It's okay. Heyo. Hello. Let's hold on for the kiddie train. I like their hats. I like your hats. Very cute.
Hello.
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 Hello. All right, let's switch me to the other side. Hey. Okay. Live. YouTuber. Hey. YouTuber. Very cute. Okay. Back here. Vlogger 101 question. Do you have any tips for somebody? Like I said, okay, places you miss. The other side of Japan, I really wish I would have cycled on the west coast, but I didn't have time. There are a lot of wildlife. Not really. I wish I would have seen more. Saw a lot of deer, some mongooses, no bear. Oh, a couple of bears in Sharatoko. But I wanted to cycle on the other side of. I got Hokkaido. I got done though. 30 kilograms of rice on your bike, Ireland. Okay, that's not Japan. Picked up any cool souvenirs? No, I don't do that. I don't have the weight or the time to collect things. If I did, I would be burdened down with stuff. I collect memories. That's how I do it. Well, again, what made you take the risk to go to the Fukushima site? Well, James drove me past the Fukushima site. I made an amazing vlog in Fukushima. If you want to go, there's a video specifically about that, and you can check it out. It was an amazing opportunity to go there, and I drove through it. And you know, driving through Fukushima for one day will give you like a chest x-ray worth of radiation. It's not that much. And I really wanted to see it because I thought it was an important moment in the world that was important to see. And I wouldn't want to go through an area like that without seeing the good and the bad and having a good perspective. You know, my videos, if you've seen them, they're very positive, but they're real. And if there's a moment that's a little bit negative, like or has a sad or dour connotation, I'll go there as well, because I think that's important to have a broad view of things when you're traveling. Shinkansen, I don't know. It's as fast as China. I didn't see any difference, really. Chinese is a little bit dirty, but the trains are a little older too. Tsunami damage. I got a lot of videos about the tsunami damage, and you can see those videos. Japan has rebuilt amazingly fast and very efficiently, and I'll let my videos stand for that. Check them out. Really, my videos, I think I did a very good job of looking at the tsunami damage and the rebuilding. How did I decide on this location? It's a really cool intersection, and it's got a Starbucks nearby. Shimanami Kaido, of course, is my best cycling road. Which fish is the best sashimi? I would say salmon. How many pounds? Not much, because I lost some fat, but I gained some muscle. I probably lost about 10 kilos. Memorable moment. If you're asking me what's more memorable, Mount Fuji or the Itsukushima Shrine, I'd say the Fuji. I'm not going to go to any islands. I don't have time. Tomorrow I'm leaving. But yeah, maybe he'll take me to those places. Yeah. Highest climb you made on your trike, I think 1,100, 1,200 meters. Rude America. I'm not ready. Are you ready for Rude America is the question. I am very used to polite Japan. It's gonna be weird. All right, I'm skipping ahead on these comments. I have to, I'm sorry. We're gonna go, are there any squirrels in Japan? I don't know, I don't think I saw any squirrels here. Has any Japanese people invited you to stay in your homes? Of course, yeah. Who invited me into their home? Well, there was the kendo guy, and a few opportunities. I'm trying to remember. Who invited me into their home to stay? I don't think, the coffee lady in Maizuru. What an amazing story that was. The coffee lady in Maizuru. I saw her in Osaka. I rode a couple of 100 kilometers, and then I ran into her by chance in Maizuru 200 kilometers later, and after I chose her house as a place to have a cup of coffee. What an interesting experience that was. Yeah, I was buffering, but did you lose my voice though, Nicholas? Maybe the video was out, but I'm still gonna stay here. What was the top 3 things you've heard or done in Japan? I already did that, my TIJ moments. We'll talk more about moments if I get a time to, Leopold, what do I recommend, Tsunami Wall or Trump's Wall? The Tsunami Wall. I'm not interested in building walls, actually, neither wall. Anagawa went around the whole idea of building a wall for the tsunami, and they actually lifted the whole city off the ground. Instead of building a wall, they lifted the city. Have I had any stomach problems or diarrhea? Bicycle tips and tricks? A couple of times. Been sick a couple of times, but I just sweated it out. Nothing major. I've had worse in India. Lots of pausing and skipping. Well, as long as you can hear me, I think that's the most important. We should be back though. I saw the bad connection. How many times have you gotten drunk in Japan? Half a dozen? Your family. What effects by nimbostratus with the explosion? What happened with nimbostratus? Are your family affected? I don't know what you're talking about. You mean what explosion? A bit of lag, interconnection. Damn, we're all good. Yeah, Annie, thanks Okay, we're back. We're back to current time. I have answered all those past questions. If your question hasn't been answered, I am sorry. Have you visited any museums in Japan? Asked Bicycle Tips and Tricks. I'm not so big on museums. For example, in Hiroshima, I could have gone to the museum there. Instead, I like to actually see the effect of the actual moment in time. Hiroshima, as a city, was a museum. Places I go are, as their place, a museum. I try to, before I go to a place, do a little bit of research and then use that research when I travel. But going into a museum, honestly, isn't something I'm very interested in, unless it's a very specific museum. I went to the Sex Museum in Jeju Island in Korea because I thought that was kind of gimmicky, interesting, and so that drew me in, but not so many. I did go to a museum in, where did we go, James? James, we went to a museum for robots in Tokyo, and that was kind of cool. We went to a robot museum in Tokyo. Root, thank you so much. You gave me a super chat. I noticed that. $25. That is fantastic, buddy. I've answered some of your questions, and I'll answer more. Are we still skipping? Because we shouldn't be. As an entrepreneur, do you think there are any interesting opportunities in Japan? There's always opportunities anywhere, Nash. You know, opportunities you can encounter anywhere. I think that if you're a foreigner and you come to any Asian country, you have a leg up on any opportunity you might want to do, anything. There's some negatives, like setting up businesses. You have to find people that you trust, and that's the hard part to partner with. But if you can find a neat niche idea, listen, there's ideas everywhere. If you're willing to risk enough. Risk is the important factor there. If you're willing to let things go and take big risks, you are set up for potential big rewards. This trip is a huge risk for me. I had a lot of opportunities in China that I could have focused on that might have not made me as happy, like sitting behind a computer doing trading and all these different things, but I decided to take risks. After this long period of time with your trike, are there any more changes that you'll make to the trike? That will wait till you know what, entrepreneur, I'm gonna prioritize Japanese questions, okay? So I will do a live stream that will be trike based in the future, maybe next Sunday, okay? But actually next Sunday we'll do a update about the family, because I'll be back with Annie and Eva, and we'll do a live stream on Sunday, next Sunday, if I can get a good enough bit rate on my VPN, we'll do that. How do you feel when you first got to Japan? Where are the expectations a lot different than you expected? That's a good one. Okay. The expectations for Japan were, I had traveled to Tokyo a few times, and when I arrived here, I knew some things about Tokyo. But I'll tell you what, I was expecting politeness, and I was expecting actually people to be a little bit more conservative than they were. I think the trike helps Japanese open up a little bit. It's so comical. It's almost like I'm an anime character in that genre of oddities. And it helps open up people in general to my situation, and helps people draw me. And so that was an exciting opportunity to kind of connect with people. But I'll tell you what, the Matt today and the Matt that first arrived in Japan are two different people. Just an amazing opportunity when you travel someplace to feel welcome. And like, that's what excites me a lot about traveling, is when you first arrive to a place, you're new. And then when you end up leaving that place, you're like a resident. Like, I feel like I'm Japanese today. I feel like I've been here long enough, I've had enough experiences, I've seen enough things, that I have absorbed enough culture and had enough interactions that I'm part of Japan in a way. Just like I'm part of China. And then just like, oh, battery is getting low. That means we're gonna have to charge. And just like I'm part of any place that I've been. So we're gonna put this thing on charge. And we're gonna continue this bad boy. Let's do a little pluggy plug, okay? Okay, so. Yeah, so I feel a little Japanese, and just like I'm a little Korean, just like I'm a little Chinese and a little American, a little Canadian, a little maybe Mexico is not so much. But everywhere I go, as long as I stay in that place a little bit more than a few months and I've traveled, I've become that type of person, you know. All right, I'm going back. And I'm sorry I'm skipping ahead. I'm only gonna go, every time I answer a question, I'll go about 10 back, okay? And I'll try and pick a question from there. Bye, Annie. Bye, Eva. Bye, Stinker Dinker Doo. Bye-bye. Okay, so Eva is gonna go, and yeah, Annie. Annie's line, no dislike. Okay, so I'm going back, only a few questions. Given the divide in Trump's America and First World, it's really good to see the ambassador of goodwill from you. You have a heck of a positive outlook. Thanks, Paul. I try to keep myself, I try to stay out of the political realm. I think if you look at my videos, you know some ideas of where my ideas and ideals stand. Sometimes I let them slip, but I don't, you know what? There's a lot of things in this world. You can look on news and stuff and see a bunch of people talking about this or that as far as politically, and I try to keep things real, not always positive, but I'm trying to show that the world is not angry and scary, and that people are the same everywhere you go. There's shades of gray, but there's hate everywhere, there's happiness everywhere, there's people laughing in North Korea, you know? There's people there living lives and trying to be good people, just like there's people trying to be good people anywhere. And as long as we can touch other people from a human perspective and look at things from a humble approach of humanity first, then I think the world would be a better place. And instead of this they are they and I am me and my people are my people, and instead looking a little bit more broad, I think the world, and that's from a global perspective, I think the world will be a better place. So, okay. So, all right, how does Japan compare with North Korea? How does Japan compare with North Korea? I've been to North Korea, for those of you that are joining and don't know. And just to reiterate, if you want to see my trip and videos through Japan, you go to www.JaYoe.com/Japan. If you want to see my videos in North Korea, go to YouTube and search for JaYoe. JaYoe is great because if you type in JaYoe and then anything, you will see my videos from that place. So if you want to see videos of Eva, JaYoe Eva, North Korea, JaYoe, North Korea, Japan, anything, they're all tagged, so you can see that. But you asked, how does North Korea compare? Well, it's an Asian country. There are buildings in both. It doesn't really compare a lot. Other than the point I made earlier that they're full of people. People that are trying to live their life and trying to, you know, according to what they know, right? Everybody in the world tries to live their life according to what they know. And unfortunately, the amount of information that Japanese people can know is a lot more than the amount of information that North Koreans can know, by no fault of their own, which is sad. Which is sad. But the blood in North Koreans' bodies is the same as the blood in mine and Japanese bodies. So it's not about that. It's about the information that they have had coming in that has changed them, and that's the sad thing. I mentioned in my video about talking about my solution to the North Korean situation, which was a far out there idea of how to fix that, and the idea was that you know, we're all kind of the same. It's just unfortunate that North Korea has had a different input, you know. Anyways. Is this Tokyo? No, I am in Okinawa, guys. For those of you that have just joined, I finished cycling Japan. I have gone from Wakkanai all the way to Okinawa. I gave you a whole bunch of info. You'll have to check back later. There's some statistics in the description section about what I mentioned in the beginning. You can see that. All right, let's see if there's any super chats. I don't think so. Again, if your question hasn't been answered, I'm not going far back. I'm only answering questions about Japan. I'll answer questions later about specific things. And you know what? I won't ever do a live stream about politics unless I preface it and say it's going to be. Geez, it would be interesting to talk about politics during a live stream, though. All right, no Trump or any political questions, nothing other than Japan, okay? I thought it was Tokyo because I live there. Okay. Did you consider staying at a love hotel in Japan? Yeah, you know what? I saw a bunch, but I would choose hostel over the love hotel, although I should have stayed in one just because. I think they're a lot similar to the love hotels in Korea, so I think I've seen it already. Watcher of Things, how was your feeling of the geography of Japan? I rode all Japan, so I have. Hello. Hello. He's afraid of the camera. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna move the camera, give us a little variety here. I'm gonna shift it over, and I'm gonna be on the other side of that because the light is actually gonna be better over here. And when I look at the camera, which is right here, but then I look like I'm half and half. Actually, I think it's better this way. Then I can turn my head this way. I can look at the camera. The sun's coming out. It's getting bright. Maybe I could actually. Here, let me see. Let me experiment with something. Is that too bright? Holy moly, I might have to wear my sunglasses. Would it be rude if I wore my sunglasses? Oh, that's cool though. See, I look cool now. Very cool. For those of you that are joining recently, it's funny how I'm doing this live stream. The camera is actually attached to the tripod by tape that is taped to my phone is taped to the camera. Isn't that funny? Anyways, John, Bike It John, he has my little iPhone clip holder, so it's his fault that I had to tape this up here. Anyways, okay. Would you be coming back in the 2020 Olympics? Guys, I love Japan. I've seen a lot of Japan, but I am finished with Japan. It's been a long time. Hello. And I don't see myself coming back here before the end of the tour, and that is a long way away. But I love it. I love Japan, and it's been amazing. How is the difference between Kyoto and Tokyo? I'd love to go there someday, says RVDZ. Kyoto is culturally significant. It is beautiful. The buildings are a little bit lower. It looks a little bit more cultural. Tokyo has a lot of culture, but Tokyo is modern. Kyoto is historical. Kyoto is like going to a huge museum. There's so many temples and places you can go. A lot of torii are those gates, and it's just a different vibe. I would recommend going to both. As James would say, TIJ. This is Japan. If you go to Tokyo, that's that side of Japan, and if you go to Kyoto, that's a totally different side of Japan, but equally important. Matt, loved watching the Japan ride. Looking forward to your next adventure? Question mark? We're keeping these questions to Japan, okay? Did that blowfish meal fill you up? It didn't seem like a lot of food. I'll tell you what, it filled me up. It was quite good, and because there was so much variety, and fill me up, that's a pretty big thing. Although I drank a lot, and maybe that helped that factor as well. Does anyone but you wear sunglasses in Japan? I think so. I never really thought about it. What's your favorite place to visit in Japan, says Curtis? Cannot answer favorite questions. there is no favorite. There's shades of gray. There's amazing moments in Kyoto. There was amazing moments in small villages in Hokkaido. There was amazing moments on an island of Rishiri, Fuji. There was amazing moments in a hotel converted from a 105-year-old hospital in an island that was too long to pronounce in between Shikoku and Honshu. It's just too many options there. So I can't answer favorite questions. Difference between Japanese and Chinese cultures. You know what? There's some similarities than differences. I would say that there's like the tories, the gates are more popular here. The dragons and the lion faces, the stone statues are a little bit more intricate and different, slightly different here. People wear kimonos here, where they'll wear qipaos in China. Just slight nuance differences. Maybe the temples are a little bit cleaner here, and I've gone, and that's nothing against, I'm not trying to dog on China, but I just find that they're a little bit cleaner. They're a little bit more on point setup wise, and I've been to a lot of temples that are beautiful and very clean in China, but like for example the Forbidden City or the temples there in Beijing, I found that a lot of the wood was rotten, maybe because they allow the temples to look a little bit more aged. Although I did go to some temples in Kyoto that were very old as well, so I don't know. I would say there are a lot of similarities. Rob, what does Rob say? I'm sorry, I can't go. What do you think of the geography? Sorry. What do you think of geography? You know what? I rode the whole length of Japan. I think there's a lot of variety. There's mountains that aren't so big. I never felt like, oh my god, I can't finish this. Which I think even in China, I had some moments where I was on like some steep inclines. That also could mean that I've become a little bit more used to riding. And as I ride more and more, things aren't as daunting. But I would say that Japan didn't have as many cycling roads and trails as Korea. But Korea is 1/5 the length of the, less than that, like 1/6 the length of the ride that I had in Japan. So that's not saying a lot. There were some bike paths. But the geography was quite amazing. There was that route in the tsunami area where I was going up into a mountain or a hill, and then I came down into a valley, and then up into a hill, and then down into a valley. And in each of those valleys, the tsunami came in and wiped out the city. The tsunami came in, destroyed the city, ripped all the city out, and then the city had to rebuild. So every valley along that stretch on the northern part of Honshu was very interesting, because you had the older areas on top, and then you had the lower areas that were new because they were completely wiped out. It was interesting. Marky Mark, that message was retracted. Guguyendang, hope this helps your channel out, bro. Don't have much. I appreciate it, buddy. You know, you gave me some money. I can answer any question that you'd like. So it's up to you. You got a question? Other than that, thank you very much for your super chat. I said you bypassed Achi in Nagoya in the car. Oh, yeah. Okay. Rob mentioned that I passed up the distance between Fuji City and Kyoto. And I had James actually pick me up and drive me. And that was sort of like a bending of the rules for my whole JaYoe tour mission. But I don't think it was unwarranted. I'm a little bit bummed that I passed it up now that I look at the map and I see that gap in that period of time. But you know what? I did a good job here. I saw a lot. I could have seen more, but I'm pretty happy with how it went. And maybe 20 years down the road, I can come back to Japan and fill in that blank a little bit later. Bicycle tips and tricks. Will I travel with John Woo? This is kind of a Japan-related question because I met John in Japan. He is in Hong Kong right now, if you don't know it. and he's having his interesting escapades. Is it escapades or escapades? And I don't know his future. It depends on how we travel, but I think that we will probably catch up. Hey, Geraldo, you're back. Singing lullabies to your daughter until she sleeps. That's nice. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Unless I see a super chat here, I will answer a question only with the super chat. If your question hasn't been answered in a generally within the last 10 seconds or 20 seconds and people are asking, making comments, it's gonna cycle up there. I will actually draw upon my phone notes and I'll do notes on my trip in Japan, okay? So if I see a question, I'll answer a question. And if I don't see a question, I will let your question go, okay? I mean, if I don't see a question, I'll go to my phone. So I will tell stories, and as a question comes up, like for example, Nash asked, what's the cycling community like in Japan versus China? There was quite a few cycling communities in China. There's a lot of people that have high-end bicycles and they enjoy riding around. Hello. Wakanai, Okinawa. Lady's asking me to move my bike. It's like, could you move that bike out of the way? You're in the middle of the intersection. How dare you? But anyways. Cycling community, let me finish that question. So, that's the first time I've ever had somebody say, I think you need to move. She was like, skosh, move over. Get out of the way. When strategically I put myself in the middle of this intersection so that I could interact with people. But let's see. I rode with a bunch of people in China. I think that the cycling culture was greatest in Korea. There was a lot of people cycling. Korea was really, I know that's not in the question, but that was great. In Japan though, I saw quite a few people cycling, but I would say maybe it's because I didn't expose myself to a lot of the cycling culture. There's a lot of motorcycle culture here. There's a lot of people that enjoy doing long, especially in Hokkaido. There's an amazing amount of people doing big tours where they're cycling in Hokkaido. Skosh means a little bit. Skosh. And that old lady was like, could you move your setup over? You're impeding the intersection, but sorry. Nguyen Dang asked about cycling repairs. My rear fender was broken. I had mentioned this earlier, and I've had about 4 or 5 flats, and I went through 2 tires because my tires were towed in, so towed out a while back. So I fixed that. Wow, what? How many? 999. 999 people nice and 1 not so nice. Yeah, right. Wow, we're at 102 minutes. That's incredible. Are you guys getting bored of me? I'll leave this going until we answer as many questions as possible, or my phone runs out of data. You don't wear Japanese clothing in your trip so far. Did you wear Japanese clothing? Nah. I bought some clothes here, but I haven't worn Japanese clothing. I haven't dressed up. I did wear that kendo outfit. That friend had a kendo outfit. That's very cool. Let's see here. Hello. Hokkaido to Okinawa, they're saying. Hokkaido to Okinawa. Okay. Oh man, it's so beautiful here. Come to Okinawa, the weather is gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna go through some interesting interactions. If you scroll through the videos that I produced during my time in Japan, you can actually reference some of these things, okay? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Actually, there's a notification thing. If you guys haven't clicked it, there's a little bell right next to the subscribe word underneath here. If you click that bell and say get notified for uploads, anytime I upload, you'll get a notification. if you haven't done that, and you'd be interested in seeing my videos when they come out automatically, you can click that button. That would be quite cool. All right, so I'm gonna go to a special section. I listed interesting people that I have met along the way, and so I'm not gonna answer questions right now. I'm gonna go through all of these people really quick. Rico Reefs Tank, I'll answer your question real quick. I'm gonna go see Leo's fish tank when I'm back. You'll get to see the growth on my coral that I've given him, and we'll do an update. He's got an amazing tank that he's built since I left, and so that should be amazing, and I'm excited about going there, and so look forward to that. What phone plan do you use when you travel? I have a phone plan from Thailand. It's a SIM card from Thailand called SIM to Fly by AIS, and I have 4 gigs at a time. Every 4 gigs I run out, I have to reset my phone as data program, and I get another 4 gigs. I have to use it within 10 days, and it costs me about $8 every time. But it's good in every country. Our fish, algae, veggies, gib gas. Are fish, algae, veggies regularly checked for radioactive leftovers? I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. What's the temperature in Okinawa today? Whew. Right now it's getting up into the high 70s. Did you go to the Suri city? I don't think so. Hey Becky, you guys are communicating with each other? Would you provide some source for finding a hostel? I'll tell you what, I use hotels.com. You can find cheap hostels there. You can also find cheap hotels, good deals. I book almost all my journeys through hotel.com. If you're with hotel.com or know anybody with hotel.com, you guys should sponsor me. How much experience with the Japanese language should I have before vacationing? As long as you have a phone with some Wi-Fi access, you can use Google Translate. It's great. Where is this city? I'm in Okinawa, downtown Naha. Heading back to Ningbo in a week. On the 15th, I will leave to there. Saltwater tank videos, I told you. Hotels.com, yeah. Hotels.com is amazing. Do you look up your trike each time you jump off and go somewhere? Do you lock up? Never locked it up. I have, not never, but 99 times out of 100, I do not lock up this trike. There's no crime in Japan, not that I can see. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I'm going to talk about that. In Japan, one of the most amazing things is the fact that so safe. My phone is attached here. My Garmin here. I normally have a Bluetooth speaker here. I have my drone in a side pannier. I've got my cameras in the other, and I have gone in for coffee and stayed in there without even sight of my trike for hours, and I've never had a problem. I tempt fate possibly, but I found that it's worth it. I have nothing to worry about. People are so nice here. Hi. You read my story. YouTuber. Yeah, say hello. Hello. World. All right, RVDZ asked, have you had any moments where you felt afraid or scared while traveling? Hello. Say hello. Hello. Have you had any problems? Here. Here. My card. Yeah, my YouTubers. Instagram. Yeah, sure. Up here. I will take. Give me your phone. Okay. All right. This one? This one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. You go to school?
Yes.
High school? Oh, school trip. Where are you from? Saitama. Okay. I go from Wakanai all the way to Okinawa. Hokkaido, Okinawa. Yeah. So we are doing a live on YouTube. Yeah.
すごい見てる。今。
Yeah, yeah.
Now.
Yeah, now, live.
私英語達者だわ。
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ganbare. JaYoe. Bye bye. All right, sorry, I lost track of what I was answering. What was I talking about? I don't know why. Why they wear masks because either they're sick, they don't want to get other people sick, or they hail me, you're weird. Just because you're friendly with people, whatever. I'm not even gonna respond. Anyways, people don't know where is Wakanai. I know, yeah, I just realized that. I keep saying Wakanai. Oh, scared, and if so, why? No. I've never felt afraid. I was in a tunnel that was like 10 kilometer long tunnel or something in Hokkaido, and I was a little bit afraid, but you know what happens? I was a little afraid in the beginning of my tour. I'm always afraid in the beginning when I get to a new country because I'm not sure how I'll get around, where I'll be able to go, if the roads will be safe. And that apprehension creates fear, but it disappears after I ride for a little while. And after a while, I get so confident. And that's another question, actually, I'll answer that has been asked. And it's how do you drive on the road with all these cars riding alongside you? Don't you feel nervous? Now, I'll tell you what, you guys don't realize it, sometimes because I wear glasses, but even if my glasses are off, you will probably see me checking my rear view mirrors, side view mirrors all the time. And you think it's very dangerous. You've given me a lot of grief sometimes, and it's warranted for the fact that I cycle in the road and the cars are going around me. But when I see my side view mirror, I can actually see cars slowly moving out. And sometimes you'll see me tense up because I'll see a truck and I'll know that truck hasn't started swerving out. And then as soon as that truck starts to drift away and give me space, I relax. And for the most part, it happens everywhere. Not even for the most part, all the time. I always have space to ride on the road, and I'm always checking my mirrors. I'm quite situationally aware, a lot more than I used to be. Maybe if I was this situationally aware when I was riding in that road in China, maybe I would have seen that car barreling up the road when it hit me in China, but yeah. And that is the difference between Chinese drivers and Japanese drivers. Japanese drivers are more aware of who oh, hey.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing? Where are you from?
From Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I saw a few of your videos.
Really?
Because I was looking up and going through Japan. So.
Okay, fantastic. I just finished Japan, so this is like a live stream answering questions.
I did the same. I was doing like Hokkaido.
Awesome.
Okinawa, yeah.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for me? Live in where are you going? Where are you going?
I don't know where I'm going now. I'm just going to go around Okinawa and fly home Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Almost done.
Favorite place in Okinawa?
Favorite place in Okinawa? There's a series of islands that you can get to not too far. Do you have a map?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go to the other side of the island, there's a bunch of bridges that bounce to a few islands. It's quite beautiful. You can ride it. It's about an 80 kilometer, 100 kilometer roundabout. So if you go that way, you can ride to the island hopping. And then on this side, there's a beautiful lighthouse if you haven't seen it, which you can see it on the map. There's a point that kind of comes off.
I think I saw it.
Yeah. It's worth it. Cool. And if you go there, there's an interesting fact. There's the lighthouse. Next to the lighthouse, there's a ledge. The beautiful waves crashing on the coral, the lava flows. And during the war, the Japanese were pushed against that area, and a lot of them committed suicide off of there without they didn't want to get caught by the Americans, so they literally jumped off that ledge. It's kind of awe-inspiring when you think of it that way. Yeah. Cool.
Japan's been amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, me too, man. It's great.
Okay, good luck.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I have a lot of Triple J. I have a lot of rear lights. Honestly, I put them on if I go. You hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Okay. Okay. I'm back. Hi. Come here. Say hello. Hello. YouTube. YouTuber. Yeah, YouTuber. Are we back? Can you see me? Is it back? Can you see me? All right. Let's just hold on for a second. We'll see if it picks back up. Let's just no sound. Let me move a little bit. Let me move a little bit. We'll see if we can get back. No, I still have data. I've got like a lot of data. It should be fine. Just hang on here for a second. Let's get through this. Hello. How's it now, guys? It says it's still pretty bad connection, but if you can hear me, then I'll continue talking. Back? Okay. Darn it. I would like to use the Starbucks Wi-Fi, but I'm afraid that Wi-Fi will run out. I'm good? 8-bit, I don't care. Honestly, it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking, right? Yeah, but I'm afraid if I go on the Starbucks Wi-Fi, it'll disconnect me. Yeah, I think it's better. We're good, right? We're good right now. We lost the bad zone. We should be good. Okay, all right. Let me go through some of the interesting interactions with people I've had, and then you can associate it with videos later. In my time in Japan, I have met some amazing people. I'm going to finish this before you answer any questions, okay? So I want to get through this. This is a segment I wanted to get to about my time in Japan. I met some amazing people, and I'm just going to shout them out to you, and then you can reference them if you look back on my videos, okay? The Maizuru coffee lady I described earlier. What an amazing moment to see that lady. My Swiss friends that I met and I cycled with for a few days. You guys taught me not only about Map Out, the map program that I've had, but you taught me about camping, and you taught me, you were amazing people that I met along the way. And actually, if you guys don't know, the couple, they actually stayed with Annie for a week, a couple of weeks ago, and they were in China. They were cycling through China. So they have actually been welcomed into my life and welcomed into Annie's life as well. So it's been very nice. Yeah, very good coverage, right? Sun's right there. Good backlight. The kendo guy that helped me with honey was amazing. That interaction I will remember forever. And I'm hoping maybe someday to see that guy again. I don't know. It would be very cool. The old man on the side of the road in Shinjuku that gave me coffee, I think that guy was poor. I think that guy was a hard-working guy. And he saw me on the side of the road, rode 10 kilometers ahead, made sure to rendezvous with me, bought me a coffee and gave me 500 yen, bought me 2 coffees. Amazing. James Oda, not only did he help me with Japan before I even got here, but he runs a hiking and cycling group of about 300 members on Facebook, and basically he helped me so much. I can't say enough about James. He helped me ride through Fukushima. He helped me ride from Fuji until Kyoto. And I've made a real friend with him. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I can't say enough about you, buddy. I can't. John, the cyclist, new YouTuber that I met in where did I meet you? On my way to Fuji. I don't remember what the name of that city was, but it was just before Fuji. And you're awesome, buddy. And I don't know if he's gonna follow through with his dream of YouTubership, but I think he will. And whatever he ends up doing, he's got the spirit. He's got the JaYoe spirit for sure. Jason, my fish and chips buddy from Tokyo, thank you so much. Me and him met up. He's been a fan of the JaYoe Nation for a while, and we had some fish and chips, and I appreciated meeting him. He was one of those guys that kind of called out and said, hey, if you got some time, I'd like to take you out to dinner, and I appreciate that. Okinawa Jason, who I rode with the next couple of days. Actually, the next couple of vlogs, you'll see Jason come into the JaYoe Nation. You'll see me and him riding together. He's been a really great guy. I met him through my videos, and we hooked up, and he really helped me experience Okinawa. The last couple of days have been really nice. John Daub of Only in Japan. I knew about him long before I came to Japan, and I struggled to connect with him. He's a really big YouTuber in Tokyo, and finally, after just a lot of hard work, I was able to connect with him in Japan, and we actually spent a bunch of days together, and I really appreciated it. And he taught me a lot. Actually, we talked a lot about YouTube that I didn't show in this video, so he's been instrumental in helping me strategize and stuff. I appreciate it. Tokyo Sam. What a personality that guy is, and I appreciate meeting him. He's a very hardcore Tokyo YouTuber. His language is colorful, but he's a funny dude, and he's not for everybody, but for the people that he attracts and for the people that like him, he is funny as shit, and I'm glad I was able to meet him. Calabrese Giovanni is an Italian YouTuber, and his friend Davide, who I met in Sendai. You can see their Vlogger One-on-One episodes if you go to the Vlogger One-on-One playlist on my YouTube channel. You can see all the interviews with those guys and then learn about their channels. Really awesome. The citizens in Onagawa were in particular quite amazing. Onagawa was a city that was wiped clean after the tsunami. They had a very interesting idea of how to rebuild after the tsunami, and is John here? Hey, John! There he is! I didn't know if you were here or not. Good to see you, buddy. The people in Onagawa are amazing. It's basically a small city, but it has such a big personality, and they've really tried to do things differently and grow after the tsunami in an amazing way. And I can't talk enough positive things about Onagawa and the people there. Thank you. And that goes again for the people of Kushiro, who I was introduced to the coal train there. I had an amazing festival there with fireworks and just amazing, nice people that introduced me to a bunch of things there, and I can't say enough positive things about the people in Kushiro as well. If Kushiro and Onagawa were a little bit more frequent in my tour of Japan, I think it would have been better. But it was very difficult to connect and have those sort of, it was happenstance. It might have been more opportunities to have those experiences in different cities, but I just happened to run into people that were in the tourism board, and I just happened to meet them at times that I was able to network with them and have future experiences. And you know, a lot of this travel, this daily kind of thing, is a lot of chance. You're taking chances of meeting people, and I've been lucky most of the time. And of course, Wakanai, the hostel owner there, the lady. That was an amazing interaction and meet. And a million times over, people meeting me on the side of the road. At least every 2 weeks, 1 or 2 times, I had people stopping on the side of the road to give me food, to give me an interaction that was amazing. Kids and parents and strangers and drivers and bus drivers and motorcycle riders and e-bike riders and taxi riders and just people from all walks of life connecting with me. Even that guy in the taxi cab riding by and waving to me. Just amazing. Dwayne, $20, Canadian dollars, I'm guessing, giving me a super chat, asking a question. Thanks for teaching what long distance travel can be like. Very inspiring. Hey man, literally, it has been my pleasure. Quite literally, it has been my pleasure. Like this guy right here. You know what? I'll flip the camera around. After this car leaves, you'll see a work truck, and you'll see him. I'm still looking at this, and we'll talk. Do you take any bone supplements? No, but I take fish oil. I take fish oil, and I used to take glucosamine and chondroitin. Hey, there he is. That's funny. Okay, so that's my shout-outs corner, right? I just basically said a few people that I thought were notable, but like I said, there's a million other people out there that had an amazing influence on my tour, and I really appreciate it. Tell you about the TV program, I can't yet. Not until it comes through. I'm 90% sure that it's coming through, but I haven't heard from my connection there, and I don't know. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep traveling, and eventually, something's gonna happen. Am I gonna buy a bikini with some Yosef? I just might. Maybe some bottoms. Maybe a little triangle. Maybe some nipple stickers. Could be. Who knows? I don't like to buy bathing suits. Same thing about shoes. Like when you try on shoes, like Annie likes to buy shoes from the mail, but you never know, man. If you buy shoes in the mail, then you try them on. What if they don't fit? It's the same thing about bathing suits. Bathing suits is a very personal thing. I think women should buy their own bathing suit. If you buy a woman a bathing suit and it's too revealing, suddenly you're a pervert. If you buy her a bathing suit and it's too covered, then then all of a sudden you're these go-karts are popular in Tokyo too. It's funny. That's funny. Those kids, the kids are gonna come by behind us pretty soon. Why do the taxis look like they're from the 80s? I don't know. There's a wide variety of taxis. They're pretty much, not really, they're all these Toyotas. I think what happens is, in China, they're all, well, most of the taxis used to be Santanas. They're like a car that was really popular, that sort of ran out of style, so they probably have a lot of inventory so that the government or the taxi companies can buy these automobiles in bulk. So that's why they're kind of older. Oh, that's cute. The kids will be coming here pretty soon. All right, questions. What else do we got? Shirts. Any idea for your shirts? Put JaYoe on the back in different languages. Yeah. Oh, why is the taxi? Okay. Sorry, John, you missed breakfast. Wayne's butler. Hi. Whoop, whoop, be careful. Kid tripped. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know, you know. Horns honked at me on my trip. Twice. 2 times. Amazing. And I don't even know if 100% that they were honking at me. They might have been honking at something else, but and I do take up a large piece of the road. I think that it's warranted in certain circumstances for people to honk at me. I'm not the most courteous. I try to be, but just because of my size and the way that I ride, like I don't take the sidewalk all the time. I ride in the road because if I take the sidewalk and I'm going down and up at every street, it slows me down. Even pavement with tiles ends up slowing me down. Hello. And so I don't like riding on the sidewalk, so I ride in the street, even when I probably shouldn't. And if I was doing something even I probably shouldn't, but it's not that crazy to do, I would get honked at every 5 minutes in America, every 5 seconds. But here, no. And it makes me think, you know, like okay, I know that when I ride, I will inconvenience some people's lives. They'll ride past me, maybe they'll have to slow down, maybe they'll have to wait to get over a little bit and then come around me. But you know what? What does that moment in time affect that person's life negatively? What if 10 seconds in the whole grand scheme of things? I think Japanese realize that 10 seconds in the whole grand scheme of things is not anything that they should get worked up about. And so they don't. But in America, and maybe even in China and a lot of places in the world, it's consuming. I'm 10 seconds. Damn it, this guy is taking 10 seconds away from my life. I'm gonna honk at him, you know? And so, I don't know, I think there's a lesson to be learned there. Just go with the flow, enjoy life. Don't let these things kind of tax you down and affect you so much. And just, hi.
Where are you from?
America.
America.
Yeah.
How long I stay here?
Okinawa or Japan? Well, how long? Japan, 3 months. 4 months. 4 months. Yeah. Wakanai? Okinawa. This. Yeah. I'm a YouTuber.
Oh.
Yeah, this is YouTube right here. Here, my card.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you. But, yeah, you know, it makes me think about, you know, one thing that travel in Japan and anywhere has done for me is it helps me to get perspective. It helps you to understand, because if you're in America, only in America, you hear those horns honking, you become your surrounding, right? So like, if people are aggressive driving, if there's a lot of people honking at people that might be inconveniencing them slightly, then you're gonna honk. And I was that type of person too. I would have probably honked at me if I would have seen me getting in their way on a street in America. But because I've been riding for so long and I've seen different people reacting differently to me as a rider, then I think that you become a little bit more wiser and understanding, and I'm gonna adopt this mindset a little bit when I go back to the States. I'm gonna be a little bit more calmer. And when I see somebody cycling in front of me, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, that guy has an experience where he's going on his life path, and I'm gonna intersect with him for 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna be gone. And I'm gonna go my way, he's gonna go his way. And honestly, in Japan, I've had more shared moments that could have been inconvenient moments. Like, people end up slowing down, they go around me, I'm expecting them to be angry, and instead they give me a hi as they drove past. So that is, you know, that's important. That's important. The other thing that traveling has done for me is helped me get thicker skin. And John Woo, you know that. John, we were talking about that before. John's just starting in this video realm on YouTube, and I've had some really evil comments, and people yell at you and call you names and say horrible, evil things. And I think that's important. It actually helps. It helps people become a little bit, like, get a little harder skin. Because I think that's important. Most people don't expose themselves to so much hatred and anger, and combine that with all the positive stuff. It balances itself out. And so I'll look at somebody send me a comment saying that Annie is a horrible person, I'm a horrible person, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a jerk, I'm an asshole, all sorts of stuff, and I can balance it with all the positive stuff I've seen, all the positive stuff that I've interacted with. And that is an amazing balance. Most people don't have that balance. They live in a confirmation bias area where their whole life is surrounded by people that they've built this wall. Their fortress is surrounded by people that support them and their ideas. And that's cool, you know. And that helps. Or that's not cool. Sorry, I was reading something. That's not cool, you know. By surrounding myself with people that might not like me, that might like me, that are from all different genres, you broaden your horizons, and instead of walling yourself off, you open yourself up. And I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things about myself. I've learned a lot of things about other people. I've learned a lot of things about human behavior. I've learned that people don't have to honk all the time. You don't have to have this cynical view of the world. You can have a broad view and a very happy view of the world, no matter what comes your way. So, anyways, that's my motivational moment. Let me look back here. Anybody do a super chat or anything? Matt, why you say you're from America when your office from your last decade has been in China? Joy, I am from America. We are all from the place where we were born. So I don't know why I have to explain that anymore. I have lived in China for a long time, but that doesn't mean that I don't retain the roots of me being an American. The majority of my life has been spent in America. So I still consider myself an American, but maybe a global citizen as well. And you know what? That question is not about Japan. So let's see here. I'm trying to go through. Okay. Forget all the old questions. I apologize if I haven't answered them. Oh, you know what? I just banned somebody accidentally. How do I Jetta driver, I'm sorry. Shoot. I think I just banned somebody accidentally. I'm sorry. It's because I tapped the screen, I accidentally banned somebody. I didn't mean to do that, Jetta, I'm sorry. I think I don't know how to cancel that, I'm sorry. Anyways. What's the best food you've ever ate? Ever? Like ever? Let's stick to Japan. I talked about that already. It was the seafood bowl from Onagawa. A lot of people just don't realize it. Yeah, right? Right? Okay. Quickie. We are all global citizens. We're all born in certain places, right? We're all born, Japanese people were born in Japan, but we're all citizens of the world. Whether we realize it or not, we are all the same. We all have two legs. Well, hopefully we're born as humans, and we're all citizens of the world. Yeah, John, who parted with me, he's here. Free Jetta, I'm sorry. I have no idea how to bring it back. And I'm afraid I'll hit something and then it'll get a problem. Food I didn't like in Japan? Okay, it's not a food, it's a style. Japan's portions are too small and they're a little bit expensive. So they're the same price as America, but it's smaller. So there's not that value there. And that has been a frustrating thing. I wish that they had bigger portions. For me personally, it's kind of selfish because most people here don't need those big portions, but I find that I buy two portions and I spend double, and it's a lot. It's a lot to spend. All right. Will you and Annie always be based in China? Says Charlie Chanson. I don't know. I don't know. I'm based anywhere my trike is. Right now I'm based on this corner. And tomorrow afternoon I'll be based in Taiwan until I'm based in China again. Joe Summers, the U.S. military bases still predominate here and there in Okinawa for sure. 25% of Okinawa's landmass is occupied by base, from what I've heard, or military-related structures. Are you worried about North Korea, Master Joe? Asks. No, not really. Not really. Is it possible to travel to Japan like you did without a break? No. Hi. Hello. YouTuber. YouTuber. Yeah. Yeah, here. Those cards are very useful. Yeah, say hi. Hello. Hello. Yeah, this is my card. My card? JaYoe. Oh. So, what was I saying? North Korea? I don't know. I don't worry about it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I don't have control over it other than the fact that I hope that I can spread positive vibes through my video, and maybe those positive vibes can permeate through the ethos and spread positivity everywhere, and people can, on a whole, be a little bit more positive about life, and it can negate the hatred and frustration and negativity that might spawn a place like North Korea or an eventuality like North Korea. That's a big wish, you know, but we all can wish big, right? $10 euros from Nicholas Wailerman. Wellerman? Been following you since you met up with John Dobb from Only in Japan, now going through all your past videos. Good luck on that. There's a lot of them. Love them. JaYoe, and keep spreading the good vibes. Thank you. Will do. Thank you for your $10. Nilguere? Yeah, I know. It's more polite to hand out a card with two hands, but I've got a phone. I'm doing a live broadcast, and I don't think it's that bad. It's not like I'm spitting on their shoes. But I know what you're saying. Has anyone asked what the worst part of the Japan trip was? Worst? What's the worst part of my Japan trip? You know, I don't like to look at the negative. The worst part of my Japan trip. I don't know, maybe not finding as many electrical outlets at some of the busier places where I wanted to do editing. I found myself a lot of times stuck in my hotel room or in places. I wanted to like work at Starbucks or work and videos in different places, and I didn't find as many of those locations where I could sit down and just crash for hours and order a few coffees and work on that. And so that was a little bit frustrating, you know. But oh, the snores. Yeah, the snores were pretty bad. And James suggested the Shinkansen, not being able to get my trike on the Shinkansen. Yeah, that is the worst thing. But you know what? Life is about looking at things from multiple sides. And when I couldn't get my trike on the Shinkansen, instead, James and I had an amazing road trip. We saw amazing sights in Kyoto. I rode Kyushu instead of the train through Kyushu. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise. That is a lesson in life, folks. You need to, and even not being able to edit those videos on the road, and maybe not having access to electrical, maybe that instead made me look for other opportunities for editing. Maybe I was a little bit more focused in those hotel rooms as opposed to going to coffee shops and getting distracted. So you need to look at things from different sides. That is a very important lesson, because if you're stuck focused on looking at the negative of things, you will never be able to turn those negatives into positives, because I would have to admit, I'd have to say that 99% of negatives are veiled positives in disguise. What's my most popular video? The seafood video I made years ago. It's, I think, 2.5 million views now. 40 million views on Facebook. Not my most proud moment, but it was just a very simple video. It just found a viral thing. Have you ever considered doing street interview with locals? Yeah, but you know, I do. Even now I'm kind of doing it, but my Japanese isn't good enough. How do you fly your drone, making sure that the drone doesn't hit any wires in the sky while riding your trike in Japan? Well, you know, I'm flying that drone is sort of like second nature to me. So I don't know, that controller fits in my hand. It's almost like an extension of me. I'm pretty aware of where it is. I'm using my side view mirrors as well as the camera. I've had some close calls, but for the most part, I'm pretty aware. I always try and get it above the telephone poles, unless, like farmland, there's a lot of shots where I'm riding and the camera is even with me as I'm riding down the road, and it's like turned the camera towards me, and I'm very aware of where it is and where I am. Sometimes I'm wearing sunglasses and I'm looking at the drone out of the corner of my eye, and you can't tell. So it's just comfort. Hi. Nice to be here. Here. Thank you. Yeah. YouTuber. Oh, okay. Running out of cards. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, right now, live. YouTube live.
Great.
Bye-bye. All right. I need to run out of cards. It's less weight for me to take to Taiwan. Sandlin, thanks for teaching the value of smiling. I'll tell you what, man. The smile, there's no language in smiling. It is a universal. It's a universal icebreaker, and as long as it's genuine, and you get those. See these rolls on the top of my head? Those little crow's feet on the corner of my eyes. Those are from years and years of smiling. I'm well trained. I am a samurai smiler, and it's the one ability that I'm very proud that I have. And I don't know why people might not smile as much as they do, but it's so important. It's so important. Genuine smiles, you know. And John can attest to that. John, when we rode together, he was kind of laughing at me because he's like, "Why are you smiling so much?" And I said, "Well, what are you gonna do? You gonna smile or be down?" You know. So. What show do you hate the most? I won't answer that. I don't know what you're talking about. Show? I don't know. The shows that are on North Korean television, that propaganda show. I probably hate those shows the most because those things are repressing people that should have much better lives. Okay. What is the most unexpected part of your trip? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe an accident? Something's happening up there. I think there's like, oh no, there's just parked. There's a bunch of cars parked up there. Anyways, what was that question? What was the most unexpected?
It's okay.
Yeah, sure. Taking a picture. Let's just chill out. All right, we're good. We're back. No, I got another gigabyte of data. Oh no, now we're gone again. Now we're back. I don't know. No. I'm not out of data. I'll tell you what, John and James are both amazing. John, everybody you meet in a different way. Everybody has a different effect on you. And so, John, you were an amazing traveling companion. Just like my Swiss friends were amazing traveling companions up north, you were a guy that was just getting started with his tour. I have no sound. Okay, hold on. Let's just wait through this bad connection. Let me know if we get back. Okay, so we're just gonna hang out here until I get past this connection problem. I accidentally deleted all my question and answer notes. Did I just delete my notes again? How are we doing? We still buffering? Am I back? I'm still gonna wait a little while. Okay, recover that note. Okay. Am I back? Can't hear me? All is good? Looking good now? All right, I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking, but what's under the pump? Okay now? Okay. This live stream has gone quite a long time, 152 minutes. Good golly. It's quite nice. Okay, so I'm gonna continue talking from now on, okay? So let me talk about a few notable moments in Japan, okay? Before I answer any questions, we'll go to those. Okay, bathrooms in Japan are amazing. They're so clean. They even sing to you, like for example, the bathrooms in the mini marts will play the sound of a babbling brook to cover up the sound of you taking a dump, which is quite amazing. Shoe etiquette, I talked about that. Climbing Rishiri and Mount Fuji. I did a couple of climbs here. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed the 2 climbs here. Hiroshima visit, that was awe-inspiring. I think I was able to capture a side of Hiroshima. Maybe I gave it to you guys in a way that wasn't so typical. I try to portray moments in a unique way. That's what this vlog is about. Best. Hello.
Thank you.
Yeah. Live stream. Yeah, here. My card. What's your name?
Tsutomu.
Tsutomu. Nice to meet you. Hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what was I saying? Where was I? Shit. John, I already answered that question, boss. It's hard to say. I met some amazing people, and I can't put one above the other. You are amazing, and from the standpoint of meeting a YouTuber, a guy that I've inspired to do some video work, that is amazing. I've met seasoned travelers who've been on the road for a long time, and they've taught me a lot about the road. And then I've met Japanese citizens and expats like John, who are like James, who has helped me in so many ways. It's hard, you know. But what was I talking about? Oh, I was going through these things. Okay. The Hiroshima visit was amazing. Best burger in Japan so far was the Lake Toya. That Toyoko Monster Burger, that thing was amazing. Notable moments. Fighting. Yeah. YouTube. Oh, hey. Here. My YouTube.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you. You can copy. You can share. Okay. Cool. Picture? Okay. Here, give it to me. I got it. Turn around there. And then we'll do this. And then we'll go. Thank you. All right. See you guys. See you. Okay. What else? I'm going through notable moments. The best burger, Lake Toya, that monster burger was amazing. I highly recommend it. I had a great burger in Tokyo. What was it called? The Eiffel Tower or the Tower or something. Tokyo Tower. It was great as well. But yeah, exploring Fukushima the way that I did with James was one of the highlights of the trip. If you didn't see the video, go to exploring the Fukushima radiation zone on my channel. I rode a trike. I took off the trike, and me and James rode with full hazmat suits on a van through the zone. We recorded residential areas. Because we were in this work truck, the security in the radiation zone allowed us into areas they wouldn't allow normal people to. So I was able to see what an abandoned residential area. We were able to get really close to the Fukushima plant. We rode around and saw some of the commercial areas that were abandoned. It was quite a moment. It was quite a tour of that place. Onagawa and the Tsunami Coast. You have to look at those videos. And you have to look at those videos. And if you watch them in series from the moment I leave Aomori all the way down to Tokyo, if you watch those in line, you'll see an interesting progression, because as I came up and down, into the hill, down into the valley, into the hill, down into the valley, and I saw all of these cities that were completely rebuilt from the ground up. They were like new villages that were built after a tragedy, but I wasn't thinking about the tragedy in the beginning. I was only thinking about these new, amazingly built villages. And so I was looking at the new break walls, the new cities, the new infrastructure, and I wasn't thinking about the reality of what had caused this until I was flying, and I flew my drone over the Owaka Elementary School. It was an elementary school that they kept as is. 50 elementary school students and like 10 teachers and adults were killed, swept away. And whether there's some political things on whether that was preventable or not, whatever the case was, that was a defining moment in my tour. It was a moment that I felt a little bit guilty, because I was so excited about traveling through all these new cities that I didn't have the mind to think about the fact that so many lives were lost. And it also made that school, in its horrific remembrance of a moment, important. Because if I had that reaction, I think it's important that we remember these moments. I mean, you don't want to plaster it everywhere, but sort of like Hiroshima is a remembrance of this thing that happened that was horrible, in a moment of time in the history that was horrible. And it's important to retain some of those, the dome, you know, in Hiroshima, and also retain that school in Honshu that remembers the tragedy that was the tsunami. So, you know, in another 10 years, people are going to forget the tsunami more and more, and people are going to move on. And it's important to kind of understand in context what happened for those break walls and those new cities to exist. Okay? Bathing in that Hokkaido river. I was camping at one point in time in Hokkaido, and there was this river. I was dirty, and I, at night, walked out to this river, and I bathed in this river, and that in my... Hi! Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Is that okay over there?
Yes. Hello, again.
Hi. I'm doing it, lady. I'm doing it. Give me a moment. This lady is a pain in the rear. Okay. All right, give me a break, lady.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Party pooper. That lady is a party pooper. Now I have an electrical box next to me. Out of the thousands of people that have given me positive vibes, this one lady comes by and says I'm doing something wrong. Kind of funny, right? Who is she? I don't know. Just some lady. Just some lady. Whatever. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm out of the light. I'm gonna scoot up a little bit farther, get a palm tree behind me, and maybe get a little area. Do we want to ride a little? Nah, I don't want to ride. Let's just go a little bit farther. Okay. So I will go here. And then I will position the camera here. It's definitely not as cool. What a shame. And then she left. She ruined it and then she left. What a pain in the ass that lady was. Still stay in the shade or you'll get sunburned. There's a lot left over in the Japanese far right. Yeah, right? Who knows? Problem is because many people is pissed in Okinawa with Americans do the bases, maybe. Why did you pick that street corner? Because it's busy. I wanted people to roam around. Maybe she's angry because the flag is there. Whatever. I'm not that worried about it. OIO. If you could give one tip of advice to others who want to start a YouTube channel, what would it be? Get started. Get started as soon as possible, because whatever you're producing now, it's going to change later, and you might as well find your rhythm as soon as possible. Don't wait to get a good camera, to get a drone, to think too much about it. Just get started, and you get through these growing pains first, and then you know what, I'm gonna move. I don't like this spot. I don't like this spot at all. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go for a little ride. So I'm gonna take this and we are going to do this, and we are going to spin around here because I need to be this way for the light, and there's an intersection up here that's pretty cool. So we're gonna take this live stream on the road, huh? How about that? Hello. All right. Actually, there's a busy intersection up ahead. I should go find that lady, park on an intersection in front of her. Right? I should just go up in front of her and park on an intersection. Right in front of her. Would that be funny? That would be funny. Okay, you know what? I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go across the street right here while I wait for the light to change. All right, on the road again. Can't wait to the. What is the last meal before I leave? I don't know. Maybe some sushi? Maybe some fresh sushi? Maybe some crab? All right, we're gonna get out of the sun here too and get into the shaded areas. And we're gonna get a really nice background behind us. Okay, does that sound good? Have you been to Shinjuku? Of course. So go to JaYoe, go to YouTube and put in JaYoe Shinjuku, and you should see the videos that include Shinjuku. For those of you that are joining right away, if you go to YouTube or want to see all my Japan videos, you can go to JaYoe.com/Japan, and you will see all of the videos from my time in Japan. Maybe that, you know what, let's look at that old lady as a positive. She's forcing me to move. She is forcing me to move to someplace a little bit different, which is okay. Maybe we can find a unique place to continue this, however long it takes. Because this is kind of neat. Let's just ride and talk, okay? Hopefully I can keep the... Hello. Whew. Now we're in a shopping area, and I'm riding down the middle. Probably no bikes are allowed here. In which case, that old lady's gonna find me. Hello. What are your thoughts on calapas? Addicted to it while living in Nagoya. I don't know what calapas is. Honestly, I'm sorry. This is kind of neat, right? Got a bunch of people. Let's see if I can find an abandoned storefront, and then I'll just set up shop in front of it. There's one back there, but I don't want to keep. I want to keep going forward. I just got to be careful I'm not around too much music, because it'll get my this whole video pulled. All right, what other comments do we have? There's a shut down storefront over here. Hello. But let's find one that's a little bit bigger, a little bit more space. There's one over here. Yeah, this is another thing that's very common in. Oh, you remember that instrument I was talking about earlier? That's the 4-string instrument. Kind of neat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Perfect. We'll set up shop right here. Nice. How's that? Right. Okay, let's set up the camera again. We'll open up my tripod. And actually, we won't hear any road noise here. Probably the audio will be a lot better. Thank you, old lady, for being such a pain in the rear. Thanks for that. Thank you so much. That is cool, actually. I could do that so that you can see people coming down the road there. And then I'll sit here. American-born Chinese. Oh, we're getting some haters here. Haters. Thank you, Brian. All of you that if you wanted to support me on my trip, I have a Patreon account. Just go to Patreon, Patreon, right, guys? .com/JaYoe, and then you can donate even $1 a month if you want, and. She's following me. She's following me. She's here. If the storefront owner comes here, this is it's pretty late. I don't think anybody would be opening up their store so late. But anyways, I'm not forcing you. Just if you can, that's great. Okay, let's see here. And you know what? It changes things up. What motivates you to make these videos every day? Have you ever thought about quitting at some point? Curtis. We're gonna save that. That is a really interesting question, but I'm not gonna answer that unless you super chat that question. But do you hear that? I don't know if you heard that. There's a jet taking off of the military base far away. But I'm gonna do a live stream in the future, and I will actually make the whole live stream focused on video production. And that is a really great question, but I won't answer it here. It's something I'd like to talk about. Maybe I'll summarize it. Have I ever thought about quitting the videos? Maybe slightly. What motivates me? The fact that I can one, remember moments in my life in a unique way, and two, produce them in a way that other people find interesting. That's what motivates me. I would expand on that quite some bit in the future, but not right now. I demand high school girls with mini skirts and pink hair. Okay. Sorry, Alex. They might be coming around. I don't know about the pink hair. Annie, you're back. All right, so I'm not looking at any of the previous comments. We're just looking at the future here. Let's see if on my phone here I have any. Oh, Annie, sorry. So many words, I can't keep up. What am I eating for lunch? Oh, it's almost noon. I've been doing this for 172 minutes. Whew. What am I gonna eat? I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. What should I eat, guys? What should I eat? I wonder if I could eat here. I bet you I could eat here somewhere. Man, when I'm talking, I don't get so distracted. I don't feel hungry. I just like to keep talking. First thing you're gonna do when you're home from Japan is give Eva and Annie a big hug and kiss. I was thinking about that. You wanna, Alex? Am I working or a tourist? I'm a tourist and working. I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do. Taco rice? I've seen that taco rice. They have this thing called taco rice here. Hi. Hi. YouTuber? No. Nguyen, thank you for coming. I realize this is really long, but you know what? Maybe what I'm doing is I'm bridging some gap between here and Europe, and maybe some people have an opportunity to kind of come on and talk. Have you tried any spicy food yet? No, I've never. Annie, have I ever tried any spicy food? I am a spicy food-aholic. As a matter of fact, give me a tube of wasabi and I'm a happy camper. Kalpis is a unique Japanese beverage available in every vending machine. Give it a try before you leave. I think I've had it. But I don't know. Curry rice, I'm not a big fan of the Japanese curry. It's not spicy enough. I like Indian rice better. Yeah, wing and bowl, you're right. Other than like the hot spice of wasabi, it's not oh, that's not cool, guys. Let's take this live stream on the road for a little while longer. What do you say to that? And let's see here. It's so funny. If you guys are still haven't seen this, the fact that I have my tripod is only designed to hold my camera, right? But I'm doing this live stream on my phone. So I've done this twice already. I've said this, but I know I got people coming and going. But if you look at my phone, it's taped. Let's see. It's taped to the camera. If you could see the back, it's so funny. It's taped. It's literally taped. Anyways, let's take a little ride here and see what we can see, eh? Ooh, I got a curry rice right here, but I'm not interested in curry rice. It'd be nice. Hello. Hello. YouTuber.
Oh,
yeah,
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You can read. Here. It's Japanese.
Oh, Matt-san. Oh, yeah, your Matt.
Wakanai,
Oh.
Okinawa.
You are Hokkaido? I'm from
Where? Where?
Hokkaido.
Where?
Tokachi.
Kokachi.
Tokachi. Yeah.
I come Otoru, Furano, Wakanai, Rishiri, then Shartoko, Kushiro, Shibetsu, Toyoko, and then all the way down to Aomori.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
He's a YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber. Tell everybody your channel. What is your YouTube channel? What videos? What type of videos? Travel? What type of video? His YouTube.
Oh.
Gamer.
Yeah.
Cool. すごいね.
Yes. See you.
See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a little ride here, guys, and see what we see with my crazy camera setup. I want to try to keep anything that we get to eat accessible from the trike. So let's see if we can find some stuff. Hello. Ooh, we got a fork in the road up here. I'm gonna switch the camera around for a little while. So you can still ask me questions and I will talk. Are you going to go to South Korea? Tatsuro Bo. Go to, okay. If you're interested in South Korea, I want you to go to the internet and type in this JaYoe.com/South-Korea. I think it's dash, South-Korea. And you will see all the videos from my ride through South Korea. Yes, I have done my ride in South Korea. Yeah, try to answer questions. When I'm riding, I can't quite look at everybody's comment quite clearly. So it's a little bit difficult. Hello. All right, I can get this from the... Hello.
You like to have
Yeah, sure.
Hi.
Hi,
Where are you from?
America.
US.
Yeah.
Which city?
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I never have been to your country, your city.
No? Okay.
But it's next time maybe when I die before.
Okay.
Maybe,
Go.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay.
I have been to San Francisco and Seattle.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so good. Wow. How good did your bicycle? How good did you pick up issue from here?
It's from Germany.
You live in Germany?
No, I'm an American, but this is from Germany.
Oh yeah. So
I
from
start.
Germany to your country is a pickup. Is it?
No, I live in China.
You live in China.
Yeah, I go from China to Korea.
Okay.
Korea from Seoul to Busan, and then Busan I take ferry to Osaka. And then Osaka, I go take ferry to Otoru, and then I went to Wakanai, and I cycle from Wakanai down.
Only here?
Yeah.
Only this one?
Yeah, around the world. I'm cycled for 10 years. Here, I'm a YouTuber.
Wow. Okay, next time I will find it. I will search.
Sounds good.
I will search your YouTuber.
around the world.
Around the world.
Next country.
It's amazing.
Next country, Taiwan. Yeah.
How long?
Thank you.
How long?
10 years.
Wow. Amazing.
すごい。はい。お釣りね。
Arigato.
ありがとう。
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Justin.
All right, Justin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, have a safe trip and have an enjoy trip.
Will
too.
do.
Okay.
Thanks, boss.
I hope to see you soon.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
上手ね。
So these are octopus balls, but looks like they have some crab in them. Do you like this? This is kind of a neat way, right? These live broadcasts, they're a bit long and drawn out, but they are fun, right? I don't know, ABC. I wasn't looking for prostitutes. I wouldn't even want to do a situation where I'd be introduced to a North Korean prostitute. Crazy. Yeah, YouTube. Live.
これで全世界。
来てください。なんて言ったら来てください。なんて言ってちょうだい。すごい。
Takoyaki.
たこ焼き、そう。沖縄の大阪たこ焼き。
Alex, I have been to North Korea. I traveled there for a marathon. If you go to youtube.com, you can type in JaYoe and North Korea and you will see that video. It's kind of interesting. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I need to... Here, is this okay? Okay? All right. All right, let's eat.
Water? Water?
Water? Sure, sure, sure.
Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you. So this is takoyaki. Looks tasty. We're gonna let it cool down a bit, but I'm so hungry. I should let it cool down. We'll let it cool down just a little bit. And then we'll find another thing to eat, huh? That sounds good. We'll eat a couple of things. Oh, thank you, thank you. Actually, I might be running out of bandwidth right now pretty soon. I might be running out of data. It's been a while I've been on this. Yeah, Annie, what are you eating for lunch? What is Annie eating for lunch? What are you guys talking about? About my work? I'm sorry, I haven't been... It's hard for me to watch all these live stream questions. I'm a YouTuber now. That's pretty much my business. All right, should be good enough. Wow. Oh. Mm. Sugoi. It's good. Mm. It's always beer time, Brisbane. I'm always in the mood for a good beer. All right, how does it taste? It's chewy. It's like a breaded, chewy outer edge, and then you've got this. The black is like a sweet, sugary drizzle, and then you have cheese, and the stringy stuff. Those are onions, like really, really thin, like wispy onions. I don't know if you know Japanese meal. It almost looks like the onion is alive because the heat is causing the onions to kind of twerk and drizzle. But the inside is where the good stuff is, and the inside has like octopus normally, but you can do some different seafoods in there. It's so good. Mm. Mm. Okay. I was corrected. This is not onion. It's fish flake. She's watching me watch her. And Grigo. Yeah, gotta love the raw garlic. It's good if you're if you feel like you're a little sick, eating raw garlic is very nice. So we're gonna eat this. I'm halfway through, and then and then we are gonna continue on the road, see if we can find something else to eat. Where'd everybody go? This is so quiet. That's why I like being on that street, but that old lady kicked me out. How old am I? I'm 38 years old. 38 years young. Hopefully I got a good 600 years more to go. Well, ooh, it's hot. Leo, when did you make a super chat, buddy? I don't see it. How far back was it? So many comments. It's incredible. Maybe I was writing when he did it. Leo, 20. Okay, Leo Skiba, $20. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. At what point in the JaYoe World Tour did you go solo? When and why did Ryan not join? Because it's a super chat, I have to answer this question. But ordinarily I would stick to Japan only, but give you some context. The first time I started this tour 2 years ago, I got hit by a truck on my tour. I was riding solo. And then the second time I started a year later, I was gonna cycle with my best friend Ryan. And we were gonna cycle together. We got him hooked up with a trike, and we started riding from Ningbo, and we were headed south. Along the way, I was carrying a lot of weight. I had a trailer. It was the heaviest I'd ever been. My trailer alone was like 80 kilos, which is very heavy. And so I was riding with Ryan, and things were going quite well, but my knee tore my meniscus. And I was in, where was I? I was near Xiamen, I think. And I was feeling really bad in my knee. We tried to have Ryan help balance, and he took some of the weight from me, but it didn't seem to help. At this point in time, I was still supposed to climb Mount Everest. I climbed Mount Everest, guys. And Mount Everest was a few months away, and I went to the doctors, and the doctors said that I was needing orthoscopic surgery, and that I was in real danger of having bad knee trouble. So I had to make a big decision. I had to either give up the trip and focus on rehabilitation so that I climb Everest, or I just push on. And I pushed on for a little bit. I pushed on for another week or a few days, but then my knee went haywire. There's some video of that moment when I realized that I was going to have to cancel the tour yet again. And whoa, what a moment that was. And so one day I'm going to develop that video and show it to you, but when you make daily videos, it's hard for you to go back. You're constantly moving forward and forward and forward and forward. So after that, no, I think I got a little bit more. I think I got a. We're good. It's good. We're good. Taiwan, China, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Australia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Okay, got it.
Okay, nice talk to you.
Hey.
Okay. Bye-bye. Let's see here. Thank you very much. All right, guys, let's get back on the road here. see if I can get some. Hold on, hold on. You guys still here? Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm gonna wait 30 seconds here. How's it going? Can you see me? Maybe I should just buy some more service. You think I should just buy some more service? I still have 4G though, it should be okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm good? You can hear me? All right. All right, as long as you can hear me. Let's keep this train going. Konnichiwa, here. Here. Here's my card. He's afraid. He's afraid of me. He's taking pictures of me with his camera, but he's afraid to take my card. It's so fun. How's it going, man? All right, let's keep going. Hey, we're back. We're back. I've already eaten the takoyaki. We're looking for something else. But hey guys, if you are just joining, we just did a long live stream. If you're interested in all my Japan videos, we are basically at the end of the Japan journey, and I just spent the last few hours talking about my trip, answering questions. Yeah, Ethan, I know, buddy, right? Still going. You know, if every Saturday or every Sunday I could do this, it could be quite interesting. Ooh, that looked cool. That looked cool. Let's go down that road. Let's go down that road. All right. Let's go down this little walkway here. Hello. Making some peanuts. Oh. My iPhone cable is now wrapped up in the tire. Alright, let's fix that problem. Dude, you're so much more legit than your brother that lives in Shenzhen. Oh, no, I won't let you dog any of my other YouTube friends, but thank you. You should find a mod to put the chat in the video. I know. Can you help me with that? I don't know how to do it. I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna run through all of my data, and then when it's toast, I will end the vlog. It's a little shaky. A little bit shaky. Hello. Hello. Ah. Brisbane. Thanks, buddy. I think this is fun though. Hello. Hello. I am looking for another piece of food though. It would be nice to get another food item before I let you guys go. Hello. What is that?
Asa sende.
Asa sende.
Hi.
Let's see. Oh, rice. Yeah. With seaweed. Interesting. Okay. Arigato. This is weird. I'm not sure about Santa Claus gremlin here. The gremlin Santa Claus. Animal Kingdom. Oh, there's a big rabbit. Oh, look at the size of that rabbit. So big.
So big. Yeah.
There's a lot of those sort of pet. There's an owl cafes. That was one thing I missed. There's an island of foxes. There's a deer island. There's cat island, or cat city, foxes cities. Some really interesting places to visit. That some of them I didn't get to go to. I don't think so. I don't think that rabbit is dinner. That rabbit is a prop to bring people into the restaurant. Like there's like an owl cafe where you get to go there and they'll put owls around your table and you can kind of play with the owls. Hello. Some color here. I see some food. I see some food up there. Cafe Street. Monkey Mountain? No. But I'll tell you what, I was in the Itsukushi shrine area and I heard there were monkeys there, but I just didn't end up going up to it. Hello. All right, here we got some donuts and sweets. The joy of traveling 1,000 kilometers or 100 kilometers a day is that you can kind of eat whatever you want and it's not a big deal. Oh, here's some places. Oysters? Oysters and Orion beer? And then we finish this thing? We could do that. As long as I could find a table, we could do this table right here. Hello. That's Tokiyaki, I think. Some arts and crafts. Let's find a place to have a beer and maybe some oysters. And then we will finish this live broadcast. Hello. We'll go back to where we were. All right, all right, all right. That place is closed. That place is okay. But I'll tell you what, I think I'd like to go here. This is sushi and beer, right? Sushi?
Yep.
Sushi,
Sushi,
and
okay.
beer.
And beer.
Sushi and beer.
Yeah, thank
Can
you.
I be here?
Mhm.
Is it okay?
Thank you. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I'm a YouTuber. All right. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
okay, what is good?
It's a
Special. What do you like to make?
I recommend.
Yeah.
So tuna steak,
Okay.
and this size is tuna, and outside and inside low.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and Orion beer.
Orion.
Right? And then we'll wait until it comes out. I'll introduce the food to you. I'll taste it, and then we'll wrap it up.
So
Sounds good?
How about the sushi? Okay, only beer and the steak.
Yeah. How much is the steak? How much?
What is so steak is 1,000 yen.
Okay.
Okay, and so one beer and a cup of beer,
Yeah.
300 yen.
Yeah. 1,300. Can I have a little sushi? What is good sushi here?
So 10 piece and 5 piece. So it has a 10
Yeah.
and a 5. So 7.
What is this? What is this 880?
With the carpaccio.
Carpaccio.
So sashimi and so sauce.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Just the tuna and the beer is okay.
Thank you.
Good enough. What a fun time. I don't know how much fun you guys had watching me, but I have had a really good time doing this live broadcast. Doing live videos, not only is it amazing because I can actually get it done and then publish and then I'm done. Once I'm done with this, I'm done. But the ability to share this with you at the same time is amazing. And then have you guys engaging with me is so cool.
Thank you, sir. Okinawa and Orion.
All right, thanks, boss. Orion beer is brewed here in Okinawa. Cheers, guys. Kanpai. In Japan, it's kanpai. And then in China, it's ganbai. And then in Korea, what's it, Korea? I keep forgetting. I forget what it is in Korea. All right, we got 50 megabytes remaining. I just got the notice. 50 megabytes remaining. That's gonna get chewed up real quick. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna sign off right now. As soon as my stream stops streaming, it's the end. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna eat my tuna steak. Probably it's gonna come out after I run out of data. I will re-up my data though. And you know what? Okay, yeah, that's enough, right?